Hey everyone, welcome to Angeldust Live. I'm Firefly Lucas, your host of the stream, and today we are playing Angeldust again, the action RPG for Windows, Mac, iPad, iPhone, Android tablets and phones, and Linux. Let's dive right into the game. We're doing a bit of a special stream today. It's like a game development question and answer section, just in a few minutes or so. We'll do the regular hunt for about half an hour or so, and then we'll start going through a forum thread in which people have posted ideas, and I'll try to answer all of the questions and discuss all of the ideas. So stick around if you want to watch that. If you're just here for the regular play together coins, stay for a while and play with me, and we'll gather all of them. Let's see. Once you're in the game, use these buttons to select the hero you want to play as. I'll be going with the Sorceress today. It's just a short stream, so you can laugh at me for only just half an hour today. Enter your player name and password in these boxes. These buttons access to the game's social media. As you can see, I've got some new things. I hope to be streaming on Twitch next week. I've been trying to get the channel back up and running. I had a channel like years ago, but I kind of deleted it, I disabled it. I hope to get it back next week, so hopefully we'll be able to stream on both YouTube and Twitch next week, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, the website button takes you to the game's website, where you can set your hero colors and send private messages to your friends, and this button selects the in-game language. So we've got Adrian saying hello, hola, hola, and says there's a 20-second lag spike. Oh yeah, that's why my Sorceress is probably not going to do well. Yeah, YouTube was complaining a little bit, but no problem. And we don't have lags. Alright, so let's go, sign in.
Here we go.
We've got someone waiting here, it's Han-kun, so hi all. Hi all. Oh, Han-kun has gone, bye Han-kun. So today I do a shorter hunt. And then I'll do a live Q&A on stream. There we go. So let's say hello to all of these people. Is here. We've got the Zoes. Hey Pinkie Pie, whoa, Pinkie Pie! This deserves the big camera. Pinkie Pie, welcome back! It's been a while since we saw you on the stream, Dottie as well. I hope everything is good with you and you're all healthy and happy. Welcome in 2019 also everyone. But Pinkie Pie, it's been a long time. Welcome back on the stream. Let's go! So let's open up the telecharger, play together, just follow me. And we're on top of a tree! This is not good for my vertigo. Let's walk to the south, follow me. Hey, Alex says I don't have lags, but Alex, I hope you do have lags, otherwise you cannot stand.
Can they dodge what they can't see?
I posted a screenshot on the social media today. It was like you could like say it was kind of low effort, but I showed all of the new building materials in the next version of the game. You can also see a lot farther than in the current version. As you can see, I can already see the mountains quite ahead in the distance, but the new version will have like a 1 kilometer draw distance if your computer supports it. If you're talking about the start of the stream, this is the bitrate set for the stream. What? Mi prima te manda saludas. Gracias. Mande salve. Hi all. There's also a new new setting for the third-person view distance, so the camera will actually move back even further than it does right now. I'm sorry that I cannot show the development build right now because it's incompatible with the current server, because of some secret new features.
Pretty boring, just standing here.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about later on. Pinkie Pie says, we've been busy and we can't stay long now either. We're going to play badminton with our friends right now. Dottie says hi to all. Alright, have fun playing badminton. Badminton. Badminton, zoals ze in het Nederlands zeggen. Have fun playing that. It's a fun sport with the shuttle and you just you swing it back and forth or something. Anyway, have fun Pinkie Pie, it's been great seeing you. Short update, so I've been working on Angeldust version 3.0, which is coming out pretty soon. And hopefully we'll have a big influx of new players then, so everyone can enjoy Dottie's Wonder as well. And there will be also some new cool features, so go ahead and check that out. And there's like a game development question and answer section after we're done hunting in the world. So Ironic is nearby. Hi Ironic. Yeah, I think I recognize that name. said like he's in the game now, or he or she is in the game now, Ironic, and it's been a few years since I saw them. So welcome back.
Victory!
GG Dark. Level up. So how am I doing? What's my sorcerer's playstyle look like? I know I'm a little bit basic here and there, but I haven't healed anyone yet. I'll try to keep that in mind. Good thing we've got you with us in the party. In the next version there will also be a new cinematic mode. The current free flight mode will of course still exist, but there will be a new one which is called Follow. And that will actually follow your character, or follow your character in the replay that you're playing back. So you can actually use the very slow moving camera together with automatically following your player. Looks great, and I will be using that in the new trailer as well. So, what happened to your golden horse? I actually dug up the screenshot space. This week I dug up the screenshot of my golden horse that died. RIP. I think it was 2 weeks ago I did some digging into the code for mounts, and apparently it turns out if you lose your mount and you mount another creature, you can never ever mount your old mount again. So that's fixed for the next version, so that you can actually get back your creature. And Hum says, sorry, I'm not watching you play. Oh, no problem. Esperame entrare al juego. Oh, you're going to try and join the game. Well, gracias, obrigado. That would be much appreciated. Come and jugar juntos.
The thrill of the hunt was worth the price.
Hum is not here for the entertainment. Hum is here for the serious business. He's here for the Q&A section. But why though? Don't you want these sweet play together coins, Hum? So you can move on to 3 million. I saw that one of your characters, I think the top one, is already at 2.7 million. Hey Adriansis, you did it. Muy bien, you joined the game. There will also be a cool new feature, and we'll talk about that later on. Cool new feature for players who have donated. Yeah, and that's coming too as well, so you can actually donate money to me. Hey Dark Feeder, different class, what's up?
Pretty boring.
Also, a reminder now that I'm calling my horse. In the next version of Angeldust, your horse will automatically follow you if you get too far away, so you cannot lose it as quickly. So, Space, talking about golden horses, yeah, if you've got a golden horse in the next version, it will even follow you, so... That's a nice tweak to the creature AI, right there.
Here we go. They never stood a chance.
And I'm real curious if Hum is going to level up this stream, because it will be a kind of short stream, but Hum, you might get to play together coins, so maybe you will get pushed over to the next 4 levels. I'm watching you. Alex is joining us as well. Alex is one of the players who posted a lot of questions or ideas in the forum thread. If you go to the forum, it's called Update Ideas or something, so if you want me to answer your questions or talk about the features that you want, just go to the thread and post there. Hum sends a smiley face. Hi Alex, a wink. Probably because I'm reading his mind. What? Draydon is now level 3. Let's see if I can make some friends now. I'm already friends with all of these people. We've got Claudinho joining us. He's from Brazil, and he's like tiny Claudio. That's Claudinho for you. We've got Papa Franco. Ciao, ciao belle. Buongiorno. Parla italiano.
Why aren't we going anywhere?
What's up, Papa Franco? You've got parts of my name in your name. I'm Frank, so Papa Franco. Is it like Pope? Is it like Papa? Papa, is it like the Pope? Let me know, I don't speak Italian, so... Anyone here speak Italian?
Ah, this could be helpful.
Big explosions. It's actually the first time I've seen someone riding the blue bear. It's Bok. Is Bok a Russian player? Because most of the bear riders are Russian. No, it's not a Russian player. Bok, you play. And Muller Eric, he's joining us. Eric Muller, always fun to have around. Also special announcement. Hi Eric. That's not the special announcement, but I will be recording the new trailer footage quite soon. And it will include some of the old replays. So I will try to keep track of all of the players who are in the replays, but there's been... B is bear. I see. B is brutal. So I will try my best to keep track of all the players who will be in the trailer based on the old replays, but some of the replays have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of players in them, so I probably won't be able to mention them all. I'm not sure what that was. Hey Ironic, I will heal you. Check this out. Oh yeah. I know that you didn't see this, but I healed someone. I feel like a productive member of society right now. Also good news is that, hey Hum, heal up buddy, there you go.
Divine strength, watch over us. Wasn't it obvious we would win?
So the good news is that my flu... How much did I miss? Obi, not much. We are just doing a short hunt right here. I will try to do this for about half an hour. Hi Adriansis. We'll try to hunt for about half an hour and then we'll do the Q&A session, so about 20 more minutes of hunting. So, hello Obi. Glad to see you here. So it was a good idea that you suggested doing this on a Saturday. Like I said, try to battle it out with Hum, and Hum wasn't really... hi, cool guy! Cool guy. That's a 0 in there. Oi Claudio, let's do the entirety of the cast here. Oi Claudio, benvindo, Angeldust. So Obi, you're right on time. If you've got some more questions, just post them in the thingamajiggy, in the forum thread, and we'll get right onto it. I hope I understand the format. I will just be going through the forum thread initially, and after that we can do questions on YouTube as well. And I'll try my best to kind of discuss the features and like name some pros and cons. So Obi says it's a miracle I'm here. Yeah, maybe not the miracle we need, but you're the miracle we deserve. Something like that. Let's keep on going. Also Obi, if you need to go or if there's anything that you need to tend to, just go ahead and do that. It's no problem. You can always watch the stream on replay on YouTube. So, but if you stick around for the live part, that's cool as well. So you can do this interactively. Cool guy, GG's, and Drayden as well. Drayden, you joined at a very opportune moment. It's Firefly, wanneer komt de update? Cool guy. Cool guy, binnenkort. Moet nog een nieuw filmpje maken. En dan gaan we.
The evil presence has fled. It's time to put our knowledge to the test.
We will try to be here as long as possible. That's awesome. So expect me to start the Q&A in about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes from here. Zooi, you know what zooi means in Dutch? Zooi means so no, not rubbish, but zooi is like stuff, like random stuff that you leave in your room. So if you've got any questions in addition to the ones you've already asked in the forum, Obi, you can add them to the forum right now and I'll pick them up once we go through it. Also, how are you doing? And Obi as well. Welcome to 2019. Have a great new year. Best of wishes to all of you. I hear a rhino to my right. There we go. The cat can wait. I didn't stream last week because I was still a little bit flu-ish. I had the cold or something. Luckily that's gone now. I feel a lot better, a lot more energetic, so yeah, the new year is looking great.
The evil presence is vanished.
I'm just getting close, alright? Let's watch this. Hi there, Some Horse, привет! Thank you for joining, Some Horse. Are you here for the Q&A? Just wait a few more minutes and we'll do the live question and answer thingy-majiggy. If you want to play with us, come and join us in the game. No problem. And if you just want to say hi, that's great. And give a thumbs up if you haven't already. Always much appreciated. Aperto en el Nuego. Yeah, you were in the game. We saw you. Obrigado, gracias, Adriansis. We saw you, Adrian.
I sense evil here.
I did see you in the game. I said hi even. So. A small thing, I've been posting a few new features in the forum this week. So one thing confirmed is a 3D version for Android. So 3D is coming. San Mad Max, hola, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días, señor. Obi says, got it. I really don't give any new ideas. Been too busy to think about it. Alright. Pinkie Pie says, we're leaving you now. Have a fantastic stream. We are trying our best to join you next time. Ah, much appreciated. Pinkie Pie, have fun playing badminton. Badminton.
Shine forth.
And we'll see you next week, hopefully. Or maybe the week after that. No worries. Have a great weekend. Me gusta cuando hablas español. Gracias.
That was fun. Divine strength.
I actually don't speak Spanish, so no hablo español. Un poco. I speak just a bit of Spanish. It's enough to welcome people. And I know that my accent is probably horrible. Firefly, this game is worth 5 stars. Thanks. Cool guy. Thanks. You deserve a medal, doc. Hola, Android. Yeah, Android 3D is coming to Android. It won't be on the Google Play Store because there's a 50 megabyte APK limit there, but it will be like a separate APK that you can download from another app store. So that's one of the new features. Another one is that the VSync is finally fixed. On macOS, if you started up the game with VSync disabled, it would still enable VSync, so the game runs a little bit smoother if you disable VSync and your computer cannot keep up quite. Como lo pongo 3D? What? Como lo pongo? What does that mean? Como lo pongo? And when are you V3 coming? ASAP, Alex. I need to cut a new trailer or edit a new trailer. Great White, an infamous thing with infamous barrier. Infamous barrier, that sounds like Kamikaze Justice. Seriously.
Now these souls can finally
3D is on iOS as well. iPad and iPhone have got 3D as well, and it's coming to Android, the next version. So coming to Android as well. I can even show you. Wait a moment. I will boot up my Android device. So this is, as you can see, this is Wico, powered by Android, as you can see. It's a 40 euro phone, so I will show you. Thank you, Great White. And let's add the Great Barrier, infamous barrier as well. I will show you. It needs to boot up. It's booting up right now. What? Qui va legar Android a feature. Yeah, so it's coming in the next update. Yeah, see, next update Android. Pronto le seguime actualizazione Android 3D. Yeah, that's the best I can do for you right now. Sorry. Here we go. Everyone kill these wolves. There's 3 of them. Have fun. I will show off the Android thing. Here we go. So this is Android. As you can see, it's boop. Boop. As you can see, Android. Ah, see, Android. So let's fire up Angeldust. Angeldust, as you can see, this is the 3D dude. See this? Yeah, the green screen is kind of like messing this up, but it's this is the 3D version, as you can see. So that's the here's the sorceress, as you can see. I know it's not too clear, but as you can see, this is Android running the 3D version. There you go. So. Power off, there we go. Boom. back to the game. Here we are. So, are the wolves dead? Yeah, great job, everyone. Thanks. Now let's go for this roamer.
My aim is unparalleled.
Alex says, what about it, Alex? What did you see that was not to your liking? It was my green screen was like messing up the colors a little bit.
Divine strength,
But
watch over
I
us.
actually just
Evil presence.
hey hum, GG hum. Cool guy says, Firefly, this game is the best.
The spirits will
Alex says,
guide
no,
my
I like
hand
it.
against
Oh,
these
great.
foes.
Spasiba. Alex, by the way, are the words that I used for the nemesis and the targets on the website, are those good? Because you can now actually see your PvP stats on the website. That's new as well, so that's one of the new features.
Ah,
The
this could be
Android
helpful.
3D version, I've just finished that today, so that's like hot off the presses. Tenía 7 la última vez que lo jugué a presa con 12,000. Ah,
My aim just
sopa de macaco, uma delícia. Yo. YouTube is 45-second lag from the game. Oh, well, yeah, sorry. I selected the very low latency option on YouTube. I usually do that.
put our knowledge to the test.
I'm sorry that it's lagging for you, Hum. But I'll try my best. Hopefully it won't be a problem during the Q&A session. Oh, what? San Matt Max, sorry. Hey, give a thumbs up. That's what you need to do. Tumbas opas. Arriba, andale.
They never saw it coming.
Cool guy is going crazy about this game. He's like, wow, this is the best game ever, even in the 3D mode, which is now coming to Android. But seriously, I will be spending a lot of time on the new trailer to show off all of the cool new features. The trailer will even feature some features. Yeah, there we go. Feature some features that are not in the game currently, but that will be in the next update. So that's amazing as well. Entrare cuando lo hagas al nivel 54.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you do encounter some very difficult enemies in level 45. 54, sorry. Como cuando no entiendes lo que diciendo? What? We found a wonderful place.
It's getting
Yeah,
better.
so the good news, hey, someone's bear is, Bok, your bear is now gone. Don't you want your bear back? You can't get your bear back, by the way, because it's dead. This happened to my horse. Yeah, ha. What's so funny? Sorry, no hablo español, sorry, I try my best. Some words I can understand because I do some of the translation at times, but... Alex, that was my question regarding your thing, the Russian thing.
Shine forth.
Are the words that I use for the PvP stats a little bit okay? Or do they need to change? You can post in that forum thread or you can send them via email and I will update the translation right away. Sorry, XD. Es el nivel máximo que llega en el mapa. What's the highest level that you can go into the world? You should ask Hum. He's one of the... it's at the bottom of the page, Alex, so if you go to your profile, scroll all the way down, and you will see the PvP stats, and there will be like nemesis, so your most hated opponents, and your targets, so the people that you've killed. But don't use a word like kill, because we need to be family friendly. No one ever gets killed.
Now these souls
You are a
will
good
find
person.
rest.
Gracias. Muy bien.
Guide my power.
Firefly, haat je lach altijd. Please add this button when you log in to the site. What button? Alex, what button? ¿Te gusta el universo de Marvel? Do you like the Marvel universe? I don't know it. I really don't know. The language puppy. The language button is at the top right. Hola! Oh, Gustav.
Let the light of the heavens shine forth.
Supedify? I don't, no puede. I don't know it. I don't know Marvel. I'm not really a comic guy, so I'm not really into comics or the universe or that kind of stuff. Firefly, can you add Indonesian language for the next update? No, but maybe later. Maybe for later. Me encanta Spider-Man. Oh, you like Spider-Man? Yeah, Spider-Man is like a dude who's like a Spider-Man, and he can shot web. How do I shot web? Alex says never mind. Firefly, this is looking so awesome. This is amazing. Yeah, it looks amazing. Especially if we also try this in 3D. Let's see, where is the 3D button? What? How does this work? That zone? What? Default. Where is the visual style? Oh, it's here. How does this game even work?
Great and
Mystical forces are loose in this world. And here's my fiery steed. So let's go to the south. Ichigo no sabe que es vi una persona usando fly. Oh. Yeah, keep keep typing in Spanish, and there will be one word that I will recognize during the stream. So I usually tell this every stream. The cartoon style was animated and drawn by Robotic and Spaces Green. They work together under the name Heroes to Spare. Check out heroes2spare.com if you want to see more of their portfolio and the work that they did. The 3D style was made by a team of Vietnamese people. Minh Duao Quang was the team lead there. They did a good job translating the 2D models, the 2D sprites to the 3D things. It looks pretty good, if you ask me. The new trailer will extensively feature this 3D style as well. Thanks, great.
My aim is unparalleled.
Enjoy playing. Enjoy playing. Eso, mi querido amigo Firefly, el grandioso Spanglish. Yeah, Spanglish, that's my language. Kuga says, Firefly, I saw some good reviews. Nice. Moist. One thing that I was contemplating today is maybe asking Apple for the game to be featured once we launch 3.0, so that it might be featured on the Mac App Store and the iTunes App Store. That would bring a lot of attention to it. So also we'll be launching on Steam proper with 3.0, which will hopefully give a lot of attention as well. Nice, mice. What? Hey PR, good to see you here. How are you doing? Hope things are kind of okay at your place. Firefly, where is GitHub site? It's fall. Yes, I took it down. There were a few bugs in there. Will be back in the future. It was RC exploits. I didn't really want to have that software connected to the net. I took it down for a moment. Dime question, hackers penso que era algo ilegal and are there hackers in the game? No hackers. I promise you this. There are no hackers in the game. Kuga says this game is really good because the landscape doesn't consist of blocks. What's Ace exploit? It's remote code execution. So that's if a hacker contacts your website, they can execute any code. Oi! GSTE. Well, es el mago. I am the mage. I am the sorceress in this version. Check him out. Check it out. El que tira pilotitas azules.
That was fun.
This is dope. You preach it, brother. Right on. Sorry. My typing is like really horrible. Wait, have a minimum and hacker? No hackers. No hackers anywhere. There are no blocks in the landscape. Well, it is kind of made out of blocks, kind of. I mean, the landscape is made of blocks, but they are rendered really beautifully. I take great pride in the algorithm that renders the landscape. As you can see, the landscape here, it's looking very beautiful with all of the trees and just flowing hills. It took a lot of time to develop this, but it's completely optimized for even low-end devices. Hankun, thanks for playing, see you later. It's optimized for low-end devices and it runs really well on even iPhones and Android phones. And the Sound says, oh, sorry, I love the 2D in this game. Yes, I love the 2D as well. There's also the difficult question of what graphical style will be the default once you buy the game on Steam and on other platforms. And after like years of thinking about this and years of deliberation, is that a word? Yeah, no blocks. No block. I think that we will be going with 2D by default, and that you will be able, of course, to switch to 3D instantly in the options menu. I think that Space Screen and Robotic did a great job, and the 2D style is kind of like how we started off the game and what it was meant to be. So I think that we will do 2D by default, but you can instantly switch to 3D. So, hello Marvy Games, how are you doing? Oh Marvy, hey, did I already post that video of you on Facebook? No, sorry, I didn't. There will be a new movie quite soon though. So, Firefly, I can enseñar the English at you. Yeah. Come at me, bro. Give me your best English. Ahora que el tipo no sabía inglés y le quiere enseñar. You, sir, I think you are a troll. You are a troll. There's a few trolls up ahead here. So. Hay box en el chat. No me deja escribir en el juego. But you can even type Spanish in the game. Check this out here. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? You can even do the reverse question mark. Oh, sorry for bumping the microphone there. I should be starting the Q&A section now. Let's do just a wee bit more of hunting because we've got a big group here. No, c'est inglés. What? My English? I think I was going to make a updated video of Angeldust. Hey Marvy, if you wait a few more weeks, I think version 3.0 will come out with some crazy new features, which you'll definitely want to show off in your video. So.
Wasn't it obvious we would win?
And then the game will hopefully attract a lot of new players and a lot of new viewers. So if you wait a few more weeks until 3.0 launches, you will have like many more new features. For instance, have you already seen the world map like this? Wow, this is amazing. It actually looks amazing. I still. Sam Max says, I am a subscriptor. Hey, thank you. Gracias. Muy bien. Bien. I like that. Everyone, if you want to subscribe or like this video. Marv says, okay, I'll wait for the next update. Yes, do so. It will have some crazy new features that you can show off on the videos. It will also bring the 3D mode to Android, so... Troll is bad. Troll no. Obi, are you still watching? Do I need to start a Q&A for you right now? Because we've got some people following me and I'm enjoying myself here, but... Can I do like 10 more minutes of this? Did you already go? Watch out for the scorpions, they will try to kill you. Oh, Obi says, I'm listening in the back. Alright, can I have your... can I do this for 10 more minutes? Adrian says, I like gameplay. Sure, it would suit me better. Alright, so 10 minutes, Hum, is that okay with you as well? I promise I won't delay it after that, but right now we're just playing with a lot of players. And there's a few new players, so I want to give them a good time as well. For instance, we've got Neon Rider over here. And you know what? Ever since I introduced version 2.24 with all of the tips and tutorials in the game, a lot of players have been able to find the character customization on the website, and that's amazing to see. So the tips really useful for the game experience. Angeldust is the Elder Scrolls 6. Spasiba. Yes, this is the new Elder Scrolls series. Sonorax eating ice cream. Ooh, I want ice cream. Give me a lollipop. I want a ice cream. I just had dinner, so I think I deserve a dessert. Kildhead says, you are welcome. Kuga says, Firefly, I live somewhere. That's great. That's pretty cool, guy. Ice cream, yeah. Send Mad Max, do you have some more ice cream for all of us? Don't leave us hanging here. I'll get the next best thing, it's water. Ja, necesito ice cream. I need ice cream. Ik woon in Nederland. I am Dutch. Isn't that weird? Oh, Marvy Games, you were even in the game. Whoa, we didn't see you come on there, buddy.
That was easy.
Check this out. Healing up everyone.
Divine strength,
Getting my
watch
horse
over
back,
us.
I hope. Yeah, there we go. Me muero de calor en mi país. No, hay frío. What? What is not cool? What? No, ice cream. Yes. See, see. Check out this lonely snake over here.
This place must be purified. I'm here if you need me. The evil presence is banished.
Alex says, "I'll go eat some chicken. We'll be back soon." Alex, in about 9 minutes or so, we will start the Q&A. So if you're back then, that would be great. I will also discuss your features and your ideas. So I will go through the forum thread, try to make it. Niels says, "Watching on my Switch." Great, Niels. Goedenavond, Niels. Hey Niels, beste wensen voor 2019, jongen. Hoop dat ik je in dit jaar ook weer een hoop keren mag zien. For everyone who just joined us on YouTube or on the stream, best of wishes for 2019. I hope we've got a great year together. Hope to see you a lot of times on the stream. Alex, make sure to be back when we get to your stuff. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think there were a few other questions or ideas before yours, Alex. So I think you've got about 20 minutes or so, or a half an hour. So just take your time eating, and we'll see each other after the break. Angeldust for Switch. Yeah, a lot of players have been asking for that. Maybe after the initial version on the non-consoles is successful. I actually don't know how much of an effort it is to port Angeldust to the Switch. I've also had ideas of like making the game open source if it's like commercially successful. If it's not commercially successful, maybe as well, and maybe too. So maybe the game will eventually be open source anyway. Not sure about that, but yeah, too many trees here. Yeah, indeed. You can't see the forest through the forest through the trees. There we go.
I feel stronger already.
So this is a situation where the even further third-person view distance wouldn't help because there's still trees in the way. It says I ain't no game dev, but I know it should be pretty easy for you. How do you know this, Niels? You don't know me. You don't know me. Firefly, what's up, cool guy? But how crazy is it that just a single dude from the Netherlands is playing with players from all over the world, playing his own game? Like in all of the years that I've been streaming, I never really wondered this, or I never really was amazed by it. It's just since the past few weeks or so, I've seen other players in real life play the game and just talk a little bit about it. And I was like, yeah, it is kind of like amazing that I made this game and that we are playing it together from all over the world. I mean, of course, it's like, in a way, it's marketing talk. I mean, like, check out my game and it's cool. But otherwise, it is cool, though, right? Macaco is a delicia. Yeah, you like the macaco, but I don't know what a macaco is. Macaco. Is it like a chocolate thing or something? I'm trying to get Keegan to get on, alright? Angeldust. Marvy Games says I will play the Switch version when it comes out. Seems fun to play on the road. You can also go to ad.st. That's like also a URL for our website. Yes. youtube.com/AngeldustLive. Alex says that he's got he found a new PC, a great work PC. It's only $2,250 US dollars. Thanks for watching the stream, Great White. In a few moments we'll be doing a question and answer section. A lot of players have been asking me to do a little bit of commentary on new ideas and game development, so the actual hunting part will be done soon. On the Switch it would be offline. There is like an online mode on Switch, right? Switch doesn't have 4G. Firefly, tu grabando? Ja, sí. Sim. Grabando. YouTube.com Angeldust live. That is my grabando. And don't come in here saying the stream is a bosta, because I've got you covered. I know what a bosta is. Sim tá bom. Obrigado. I know what a bosta is, and it's not good.
They will feel my
De nada. There's online, people can go online if you buy a subscription, I see. I really haven't dived into the Switch yet.
This place must be purified.
But it would be awesome to get the game running on even more platforms, of course. Imse de Argentina! Ah! Bien! Hola! Gracias! I'm from Hollandes. Hollanda. Pays-Bas. Soy Firefly, soy holandés. Привет, Sasha. Who touched Sasha? Cool guy says, yawn. There are a ton of games added every day, but they are like bad, in my opinion. I see, Niels. Cool gamer, привет. Why you don't add quests? Sasha, nice idea. I'll discuss that soon. Why don't you add quests? Why don't you add AAA graphics? Como se usa el fly? I am from Hollandes. Hollandia. Cool gamer, привет. Как дела? Is that like how are you doing? So game dev in 3 minutes. OB, get ready on time. So we'll stream, we'll hunt for 3 more minutes. Then I'm doing Q&A on stream. Marvin says, I think it's nice that you have contact with the community in this way. Yeah, it's second nature actually. It doesn't really feel like I'm doing something special here. It's just like, yeah, I make this game, and it's just fun talking to everyone in real life. I also like talking to people, especially when it comes to my passions. And this game, of course, is one of my passions. So yeah, it's how can you fly? You can buy the Skywalk. So you can fly using Skywalk. It's like La Busca del Ar or something like that. You just busca in the air. Cool says, okay, and how are you? I'm fine, thanks. I've got a little bit more energy now that the flu and the cold is behind me. So there's the escudo, the air or something like that. You can fly into the air. There's also the cinematic mode. So if you go to cinematic mode, mode cinematográfico, set this to on and then you can fly. Check this out. Woo! We're rising up into the air and we're just turning around. It's like we're flying a drone. And that's not everything. You can even zoom in like this. So let's take a look at this dude over here. This is me. Hi, Firefly. Woo. So that's awesome, or what? So we're right now we're battling this this Drakeling over here. Hi, Drakeling. How are you doing? So this is pretty cool. That's built right into the game. It's a cinematic mode. You're kind of vulnerable when using it because you cannot actually move your character, so that was a cool demo of that mode. And the new version will have an even better mode that will still follow your character. So. Let's see, we need to go around the mountain. Alright, we need to find a end boss for the hunt.
Victory!
Okay, 1 more minute. Let's keep on racing. Hopefully we'll find a cool creature. Oh, I think my YouTube got stuck. Sorry if I missed your message. I'm refreshing right now. I was showing off the camera mode and then my my YouTube just kind of got stuck. So I usually play in third-person view on the stream, but as you can see, you can also play in first-person view. Because why not have a game that's playable in both?
The light of good will shelter us from harm.
Firefly, I want an update in which you can swim. Alright, that's one of the ideas that we might discuss in the Q&A in a few moments. Here we go. Looking good. Cool says, amazing, lol. ¿Puedes hacer un canal secundario donde subir otro contenido? Because other developers have to do that more. Okay, so yeah. Again, this whole streaming thing, it's like second nature. I do this for fun, and it's a good way to get feedback on the game, and it's always fun talking to play. Actually, feels like it's like just like a night in the pub. Not that I go to the pub a lot or to the cafe, but it's a fun way to stay in touch with your friends. Espera la battle desde el modo no clip. Yeah. Do you have a special menu in the game as an admin? No. I actually, admin accounts like mine are identical to the player accounts. There's just one feature for moderation that's in there, which I've got and which is secret. But I do not have any special powers. I do not have any special features. I cannot do stuff that I can do all of the things you can do and nothing more. So, Alex, you didn't miss anything yet. Obi says, I believe he has some commands. Niels, no. Firefly, did you celebrate Christmas? Yes, a little bit.
Now these souls can finally rest.
It wasn't like a special Christmas because it was the first year without my dad. So that was like kind of, yeah, to say it was kind of a downer is like putting it mildly. Last year, Christmas, my dad was still alive, and it was a bit different. You do kind of miss your relatives if they have died during Christmas. So, do I feed you the points or did you prepare for it? I will just go through the forum thread, Obi. Someone will ask a question, Firefly will give an answer. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. Can I ask everything? No. It's about the game dev. It's about game dev. It's not about... Niels, you cannot ask me how many girlfriends that I've got or anything. That's outside of the scope. So these are the end bosses. End bosses, Scorpios. How to fight with other players, as I understand PvP added. Cool, yes. Okay, so this is the end. Let's go PvP and then Q&A on stream. So let's go hero battle. Cool, I will show it you right here live. Space is green is here, so let's switch back to the cartoon style. Space, this is for you. So cool, just go to the telecharger, select hero battle, and you will be able to kill other players. Now we just need to find them. So this is the PvP. It's like a quiz without prizes, yes indeed. So you just fire your stuff at other players, and then you... I killed Gustavo Enrique, rip Gustavo. And the PvP stats are now also added to the website, so I will show those off and then we'll do the Q&A. GG. And as you can see, players will now explode like this. Bam! Killed head, you dead. And I'm a 2-0. I picked up a heart, so you ain't got no chance. You have no chance to survive. Make your time. Oh, Hum just killed me. Lol. So I'm on top of the leaderboard, 2-2-1, that's me. So cool, if you join us now you can get your first PvP kill, sorry. Usually this mode is a little bit not crowded. It's usually like very desolate. It's not called the Void for no reason.
Here we go.
Boy, you going down, boy. Niels says fake news. Niels, did you not get banned from the Discord yet? That's got to be a new record then. Yeah, I'm getting... Oh, space is black, it's not green. Yeah, that's true. So as you can see, this is the PvP mode. You can kill or be killed. Hum is taking this like very strategically right now. Oh, or Niels isn't banned yet because he didn't touch his PC. As you can see, you can also get a very special item in the Void. You all get something very useless. Most players say it's like the sorceress thing. Hum, you're doing Hum is on fire. Hum is on Firefly. Cool says, unfortunately I cannot join, my arm is broken. Oops. My condolences, Cool. Sorry, sorry to hear that. I hope you restore and you get back to health pretty soon. There is a tool near your name. What?
Here we go.
What is this? Is this lag on my computer? I wrote a shell script to delay my backup while playing the game, so that shouldn't be interfering right now. Hola, hello. Adrian says, I see your ploy. You wanted to get me killed. Yeah. So this is PvP madness, as you can see. True story, I will be using one of these PvP recordings during the stream for the new trailer as well. So if you want to have a chance to be in the new trailer, join right now and you might be able to get on screen in the new trailer for a few seconds. Great White says, I like this. Great. You are doing great. You are at 5-0 right now. I'm 4-4, so that's a little bit... Oh, I got Great White. GG, Great White. And we're getting Hum next. I see what you are doing here, buddy. Gustavo Enrique, kill stealer. Make sure to use the one where I got 100 kills. Yeah, OB. I'm not sure, was I recording at that moment? I think that was like a private session, wasn't it? Or was it... Are you gonna use some epic music this time? Some action? Yes, yeah, there will be orchestral music in the new trailer. It will be on mobile, like Android and iOS. We might still be using the old music because I like that for the social aspect. It's like very light-hearted and it's I think it fits the bada bada thingamajiggy. But on the Steam and the desktop platforms, we will definitely be using a more orchestral epic track. Alright, so I'm not sure if I recorded that one, Obi. But I do have one in which you star, so I'll do my best to get you in the trailer. Gustavo Enrique, GG's. ¿Dónde estás? Where is it? Yeah, it's right over here. The party is over here. Just get right near the spawn platform, and we're a little bit to the southeast. Just so you know, Google Chrome is disgustingly deceitful and inoperable browser that subhumans made. Never download this browser, download Opera or Firefox or better. I use Safari, is that good as well? Yeah, Obi, I'll see, maybe you will be in there. There needs to be a PvP badge when if you hit 1000 kills or something. Maybe. I do want to add like a reward for doing well in PvP, so first to 10. Just one more and you're the winner, and you're winner. Firefox Quantum, yeah, I do like the new Firefox. It's pretty, congratulations, GG, 10-1. You're lucky, that Alex Animator is not in the game right now, because he would probably be your nemesis. I will keep it at that. But you did learn some new strats. It's wait, what? I cannot kill Hum anymore. GG's Hum. I'll go on and do the Q&A now. But this is too much fun. Sorry, Obi, you've been waiting for longer than 10 minutes. It's way too fun to do this. Cool says, if I understand correctly, mages dominating PvP. Yeah, that's just a coincidence. Mages are exactly the same as all of the other classes. Everyone's got the same weapon, kind of. 9-8, I want to be second. I want to be the second player to 10. Come on, come on! If Alex plays for me, we're in the game, it would be a different story. Yes, Obi, I know. You, Alex says I'll try to log in without lags. Who is this dude? He looks like me, this fighter over here. I hope that we can do, we'll be able to do like longer PvP streams in the future. I think the game really is really fun in this mode, but you really need to get all of the people together. Obi says the fighter and the scout have a slight advantage. Can you explain? What's the advantage? Weapon-wise, they're kind of the same. No, Hum, you didn't. Don't pick up the heart. Give him the stick. Don't give him the stick. Yeah, we got Hum there. Whoa, great. Oh, you've got the height and the cape. Yeah, that's true. That's it's subtle, but yeah, you figure this out on your own actually. Yeah, they do have a slight advantage. Although I'm not sure if the cape is an advantage. It's optional, of course, because you can always cancel the glide, but it's and also the fighter, the height difference. I'm not sure. Sometimes you just shoot over your target, so it's debatable. But they are the unique classes indeed. Murphy says I killed you. Yes, great shot there, buddy. You can even look that up on the website. I will show you in a few minutes. I need to kill a few dudes here. Alex, are you shooting here? This is Alex, right? The camouflaged one over there. Alex, you're going down, buddy. Marvy games. Again. Again? Oh, we don't say killed. No, we don't say killed. Sorry. Skilled. You skilled me. Hum has left the, Hum is seeing his position threatened. He's like, start the Q&A right now. Alex is here to clean up. The cleanup crew has arrived.
Here we go.
The Russian cleaners are here. This is you, Alex? No, this is Dog. Alex, you can run, but you can't hide. You'll only die tired. Oh, I died tired. Yeah, depending on the situation, every class has got their advantages. The arch is kind of weird. Yeah, the arch is what makes this, is what makes the game mode. You can practice using Sork. Hello, Spaceman. How are you doing? We say murdered. No, we don't say murdered. Spaceman, I don't think I've seen your name lately on YouTube, so welcome. Can you give a thumbs up if you like the videos, subscribe if you like the channel. We'll switch over to the question and answer section in a few moments. I've been saying this all stream now, but we'll really do that. Alex coming in hot with the 7-to-1 ratio, Great White 8-to-9. I'm a caster for professional games MLGs. We've got Harman Maximik. Harman Maximik. So, привет. Как дела? How are you doing? Come and play with us if you want. So let's kill off the last of these. Sorry, let's hit the last of these dudes here. That was Gustavo Enrique. And now one more time, Alex. One more time. One more time. Yeah, hi. Sorry, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. It's Garman. Garman? Is it Garman or Harman? Maximik. Something like that. Yeah, sorry, I try my best. Я не говорю по-русски. So ruin the matter, but you axe a Firefly? Yeah, I always kill. I always kill everyone. Okay, so I really need to see you in a min.
Here we go.
I really need to stop the PvP thing, but I want to kill Alex! Ah, Great White, you stole my kill, buddy! Maximus. Ah, Maximus. Yeah, you're right, it's the S, yeah, Maximus. Great White, that's what you get. Still God. Yes, Alex. GG's. So thanks for playing. We'll now switch to Q&A on stream. youtube.com Angeldust live. Catch you there. Oh, Great White is going to avenge himself, alright, or herself. Great White, you didn't count on my healing powers here, so you will be avenged. There we go. Oh, Gustavo Enrique got him. If I die, you all can have my my points, and I reign supreme. Everyone saw this. Let's quit while I'm still ahead. There we go. So we're going to the question and answer session now. I will refresh YouTube once more because I think it's stuck again on my screen. So quick demo of this feature. You can now look up the your kill and death thingamajiggy, which are not called kill and death. If you go to Firefly, where am I? Firefly, where's my house? Ooh, it's I'm almost at the bottom of page 2 right now. So some players have been getting a lot of coins. Let's see. Here we are. Yeah, so a Q&A session right here. So if you click on your name and if you open up your profile, there's now a new section here. Hero battle. As you can see, we've got the targets and the nemesis. If I maybe shrink the font. Oh, I need to refresh the page. That's it. So this is in 2 columns. This used to be in 2 columns. So as you can see right here, Obi was indeed the first to 100, and you were the first to 10. Yes, you were absolutely correct. So you can see that I've shot down Alex Makarov 13 times, and Alex Makarov has shot me down 24 times. So this way you can actually compare statistics. This is like top 10. So Nemesis kills, this is like the targets. This is the people you've killed, but you don't kill people, you exhaust them. And the Nemesis are the players who killed you. So as you can see, I've shot down 154 people, and I've been shot down 153. So this is like a 1 kill death ratio. So there you go. I don't understand. So this is who you killed, and this is who you got killed by. So open the stream link for repeating effect. Oh yeah, I will open the stream so you can actually hear me again. Okay, thanks. So this is if we open up Obi, let's see. Obi has got 273 kills, and has been killed 140 times. So that's if we take a calculator. Let's see if I can open up the calculator. I will calculator. Let's see. So Obi, you turn out to 1.95. That's almost a 2-to-1 kill death ratio. And Alex is also doing fine. Whoa, Alex, check this out. Alex is 188 divided by 81, 2.3. So Alex has got you covered right now. But maybe Alex has killed a few. Well, it doesn't look like Alex has been killing a lot of dummy accounts. So yeah, Alex has got the best KDR with a good kill count, indeed. Because we've also got this player who was also happy that he was the first to 10. But this looks like stats padding. This is, yeah, this is probably, I can calculate this. I know it's 1 to 10 because it's actually 10 times as much. Oh, here we go, 230, 29. What? This, am I, this is like, this, huh? This is 230 divided by 29. That's not 7.9, it's 10. Oh no, it's not 2, alright, this is correct, but yeah, this is stats padding, this is back. Hey Infamous, I'm Great White. Hey Infamous, thanks for joining. We're going to do a live question and answer section where you can ask your questions or suggest features for the game, and we will discuss them at length. So we did a shorter hunt than usual. Usually I do like 1.5 hours. We just did 1 hour today. But it's like a question and answer section. There's this forum thread up here, update IDs. If you post in here, I will automatically go through your IDs at the end of the thread. So if you have got some questions, post them there, and we can also do it live on YouTube. So if you open up the stream link on stream, we can see you watching the stream, watching you. Yeah. It's oh, Hum says I was not stat padding, I was doing some testing. That's great. That's great. I love this kind of testing. So yeah, I can open up the stream. This is me. Hello? 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 So as you can see, there's a little bit of a delay. Hello? So as you can see, there's a little bit of a delay. Hello? So as you can see, there's a little bit of a delay. Hello? So as you can see, there's a little bit of a delay. Anyway, that's this is okay. This is also stats padding on YouTube. So anyway, yeah, lol, indeed. So big news, psychedelic. Android 3D version coming as well. Some other stuff that I pasted. The website, the style of the website has changed a little bit. So this background used to be transparent, but it isn't anymore. So you will not see the globe through the page anymore. Yeah, lol, 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 lol. And the hero battle stats, like I said. So some players didn't know that they were already being recorded, but yeah, it tracked all of the kills, all of the deaths from exhaustions from day one. So, quando el próximo next week on Saturday, but we are going to do the development Q&A right now. So let's zoom in a little bit. Hold on to your horses, get ready. We're going through the thread. Marvy Games says I have hit you 2 times. Let's look up Marvy Games. Marvy Games. Here we go. Yeah, you killed me 2 times, but I didn't kill you? Marvy, I didn't kill you. What is this? Hey, Blue, Miss Blue, Reaper, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us. You missed like a 1-hour hunt that we did, but we're going to do the question and answer section now. So it's going to be me talking a lot right now. I hope you can stand that. We're going to talk and discuss some ideas here. So start from the end, yes. So I didn't apparently kill Marvy Games, but maybe I killed Gustavo Enrique. I think I killed him. Yeah. Hey, Gustavo, you killed me 2 times, but I killed you 6 times, buddy. There we go. This is actually pretty cool. Great White, how are we doing? Oh, we're 3-3. That's we're cool. ¿Cuál es tu nombre de Instagram? Adrian says you can just click the button here. This is the Instagram. I think I am Play Angeldust. That's my thing. Play Angeldust. That's me. As you can see, this is my post for today, and this is the other posts. So, oi, so Valderes Bertucci, Valderes, benvindo, hola, how are you doing? Look at your targets. Next time, I will be back on Saturday, I think. Where is everyone on the YouTube chat mostly? I think in game there's not a lot of people anymore because everyone hopped over to the stream. I think. So let's see, Firefly. Look at my targets. Tails Mansion, Alex Makarov, OB, 3 Spaces Green, Louise, Gustavo Enrique. Oh, Gustavo, you actually climbed in 1 day to the position 8 on my list. Sick Mick, Excalibur Gaming, and I got a kill, yeah. So it's a pretty cool list. Anyway, let's dive into the new post on live. Yeah. This is why we can't have nice things. Let's see. Update ideas. Let's see if we can get a format that works here. Can you read these letters? Should I make this even bigger? Is this a good idea? Oh, it doesn't allow me to go even bigger than this. So is this doable? So we open up with Khan. He says, I thought if we I'm just going to do this, Obi. Oh, I was like, lol, yeah, thanks for the post, Obi, if the format is not to your liking, let me know what I can do better, but I thought that this was the idea. So let's go through the entire topic, and let's see what happens. So I thought if we can make up an update topic, the updates can be more nice and efficient, so give your ideas to the topic. Alright, so yeah, this is good. The first idea was posted by Khan09. And my ideas are, we need more rideable creatures and we need hitbox adjusting because arm burst is don't hitting 2 creatures. Yeah, so this is actually a little bit cryptic. The second part is, I think, not correct. I don't think that we need hitbox adjusting. I think the hitboxes are absolutely fine. I will be posting some screenshots in the future about the 3D models and the 2D sprites compared to each other and the hitboxes in game. Of course, there's only one hitbox there's one hitbox even if you're playing in the 2D style or 3D style. So regardless of the visual style on your computer, the server has only one hitbox for each entity. It's not like they differ in the visual styles. The 3D hitboxes are actually pretty accurate, so I want to show off some screenshots and some stuff in the future like Blender screenshots and where you can see the 3D model and the actual bounding box around it, so the hitbox that the server uses. And I think most of them really match pretty well. Maybe Khan, your problem is I'm turning this around. It's not my problem, it's your problem. So Alex says, fine, keep going. Second part is nonsense. More creatures though, they are in creature will go. So anyway, the hitboxes I think are absolutely fine. Maybe the problem is that armbrust, the red crossbow, the arrows don't shoot as far as the other crossbows, so they have a little bit shorter range. So that's maybe why you're not hitting the creatures. Also, your arrows will not disappear once they hit the creature because the armbrust, it's a German word which means crossbow. Armbrust has got piercing damage, so the arrows will actually continue to fly and continue to do damage. So if you've got a train of creatures following you, if you're kiting creatures, you can actually shoot through all of them. So that's the idea. Alex says, my IDs will be long. No problem, post them in here, Alex, and I'll do my best. This is what you wanted, right? So hopefully we'll be able to do this in about an hour or so. So the first one, my IDs, we need more rideable creatures. I get what you're saying. I have been experimenting on a private build with different creatures that you can ride. Not new ones, but existing ones. It looks great. And it feels fun to ride some other creatures, and to be honest, I have been contemplating adding those. The big problem that I run into is that every creature that is rideable is potentially on screen at all times. And if you play on a low-end device, for instance an iPhone 3GS, and I sorry to keep on harping on this, but I know. Thank you for Airshield and Instagram puedes abrir een chat para darte ideas para próxima idea. Yeah, I'm constantly posting new ideas and new screenshots for the thingamajiggy. Thank you for Airshield, stops the shells of enemies, creates air for you to breathe underwater. What does the Airshield do? Yeah, sorry, I will concentrate on the forum thread first, and then we'll do YouTube. So please keep your questions on YouTube limited right now. We will vet to low-end support later in the Q&A. Anyway, so the problem is that if you are able to ride even more creatures, even more video RAM has to be dedicated to all of the creature sprites that can be on screen at all times, because the game tries to unload all of the unused sprites. I mean, it would be cool to be able to ride some of the bigger creatures. I mean, and I've tried this in test version, and it's really cool. You sit like way high on top of a big creature, and you're like, yeah, I'm king of the world, and it feels good. It feels good, especially if I would make it that only high-level players, for instance, level 50 or up, or level 100 and up, so you need a lot of coins, would be able to ride those creatures. You get a special saddle to be able to mount bigger creatures. It is cool. It is really fun to do, but it's those big sprites, and they need to be in memory all of the time. It slows down my computer even. So that's a big problem. In the 3D mode, it's kind of more limited, but then again, if you have hundreds of players around you that are all riding these big and like detailed creature models, it will take out some of your performance. So right now I'm kind of happy with the selection of creatures that you can ride. I think the horse is my favorite, of course. The bear is very cool. Ever since Alex suggested being able to ride a bear, yeah, of course, it's great. What? And this is why we can't have nice things? What? Are my answers not satisfactory? Let me know. Why are you laughing? This is about me. Am I doing something wrong? But anyway, this was the idea. So yeah, being able to write more different creatures. Maybe in the future, maybe I will be able to... also, one thing that I did to optimize this is to split up all of the sprites per creature type into a separate set for the backside and the front side while being ridden. It's just like a subset of animations, so some animations don't get loaded in. It's already pretty well optimized, but then there's a few creatures that will take a lot of VRAM on low-end devices. And I think that one of the big pros of this game is that it runs on low-end devices. There's people playing on Windows XP on like an old computer, and they are having fun playing the game, and I don't want to take that away. So no hablo inglés, traduce mi pregunta. Yeah, I'm not going to translate all of this. Sorry, maybe someone will make a transcript of this, or maybe YouTube will have an automatic transcript and you can translate that. But yeah, so that's the first post. 30 more to go, I think. So here we go. Kamikaze Justice writes this. We need a lot more building materials and more materials with different shapes and new characteristics. For instance, for example, roads look great when going north, south, west and east, but they have jaggy edges when building the other directions. Yeah, this is kind of twofold. I mean, if you're working on a grid, you're bound to get like aliasing between blocks. You could use some of the natural materials to smooth out gradients and diagonal lines. Not sure how well that works in practice. Hi Firefly, Zui, Hayes, oi, benvindo, obrigado, thank you for joining the stream. More textures would be good. Yeah, this is something that I've kind of hit a, how you call it? Kind of like, it's not a brick wall, but it's like a wooden wall. I can lift the wall, and I can lift the wall. I'm not Trump, but I can lift the wall. But I'm not sure if I want to do this for 3.0, because I'm also kind of answering these things with 3.0 in mind, which I want to release very soon. This is something that we can look into later on. A problem with more materials is that the game has like a limited set of numbers to assign to each block type. For instance, grass is a number, and cinder blocks are a number, and so you've got a whole range of numbers, and the game kind of synchronizes right now with a limited set of numbers per for the block types. So it says like, hey, block type X is here, and block type Y is here, and block type Z is here, and we're running out of numbers. So this is what happens when you have like a finite set of numbers. You eventually run out. I've been adding like new materials and new kinds of blocks and new kinds of stuff in the past updates, and slowly but surely the amount of numbers is just decreasing, and there's like only about 20 or 30 left for blocks, and I think about the same for trees and objects. So right now I want to reserve a range of numbers like 20 or 30 for cool new ideas that we haven't thought of yet, but I don't want to spend them on rehashing old stuff. So Obi, this one's for you. You can always expand the list of numbers. Yeah, no. No. There's a few things that are, it's not hard-coded, but like the network protocol, in which the server says like, hey client, here's some information. That's kind of like set in stone right now. It's not something that I want to tweak. It's been running really well for years, and I don't want to overhaul that just for 3.0 right now, or in the near future. It will take a lot of testing to rewrite that to expand the number range. Right now it's efficient for the number range that is supported in the game. So Obi, this is related to your questions about more materials and different shapes and all. I added like 6 or 7 new ones in the next update. You've seen them, the water barrels and the shaped gold, some tapered variants of existing blocks. So that's for 3.0. Afterwards, we'll see where we're going. He's expecting the unexpected. Yeah. So, for instance, 2 or 3 versions ago, Monique said cobwebs. We need cobwebs, and I was like, bam! Yeah, we need cobwebs. I haven't ever thought of that, but cobwebs are cool. And now that they're in the game, and you see them pop up, so ever so slightly left and right, I'm like, yeah, cobwebs are a good idea. It came completely out of the left field, or how, whatever the saying is in English. So it was like a completely new idea. I was like, yeah, we need to support that. We need to add that to the game. And then if you're out of numbers, if you don't have any numbers to assign to that block anymore, yeah, you're out of luck. Also, because all of the data is stored on the server. Because all of the data is stored on the server, it's like in a gigantic database, the entire world. It's not easy to reassign numbers to new blocks. For instance, if we were to say, hey, nobody ever uses this block, for instance, the green tapered cloth, I'm not sure, I use it to build tents. That was the main purpose, but maybe not a lot of players have bought that block. I cannot say like, hey, we're going to remove the block and now use that number for a new block, because then all of the existing tents, all of the existing cloth will be replaced with a new block, and that's not what you want. So it's a limited resource that gets even more scarce as you go into the future, and it's difficult. Right now I think we've got a quite diverse block selection, and I've seen all kinds of different building styles. For instance, the Russian village that Alex and Konerpones built really showed off some new color schemes and some new building techniques, some of which you are using Obi in Nefersby as well. So I think there's still room for improvement by just using the existing blocks. I think the existing... Salve, mande salve, Brazil. The resources could be expanded in the future, far future. Yeah, sure. There's ample of room. It's not a definite limit in the engine, but it is kind of like a limit in the network protocol and the backend storage right now. It's all about the bits, yeah, kind of. So computers work with bits. You probably heard this story from your computer science teacher. It's like zeros and ones. If you have one bit, it's like 0 or 1, so you can have two different values. If you've got 2 bits, you get 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1, so you've got 4 different values. And as the amount of bits increases, your number of possibilities doubles each time. So in 8 bits, you can store 256 values. In 9 bits, you can store 512 values. So it's kind of like the network protocol is made, it's got like limited number of bits to send over certain information. And the block type is kind of limited in that regard. But it's sufficient for now, but it's in the future we can expand it. So adding just one more bit would expand it, yes. But the problem is with the network protocol, you need to send bytes because you cannot send a bit over the wire, you need to send a byte. And then you suddenly have 7 bits that you don't use, so it becomes a lot more inefficient. Angeldust in space. How many bits are there currently? That's confidential information. Professor Firefly. No, I'm not. I'm not a professor, and I'm not trying to be condescending or anything. I'm just trying to explain this as well as I can, as good as I can. So, sorry. New building materials, new materials with different shapes and new characteristics. Yeah, one additional problem is that of budget. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the game has been free for the past lots of months. And Space is Green Robotic have done a great job at making all of the artwork for the existing blocks. And we had like a very intense period of time where we worked together and we got all of that work done. But making new artwork costs a lot of time in both different visual styles because we need to do the cartoon style and the hand-painted style. It costs both time, energy, and money. And some of those resources are a little bit scarce at the moment. So it's not like we're out of money or we're out of time or we're out of energy, but like combining all of the things, it's different. It's difficult. If the game turns out to be a huge commercial success, then of course a lot of these restraints are immediately solved and we can add anything we like. So there we go. Alex says, too many words, my brain gonna explode. Alright, so should I stop right here? Because it's no problem. Blue Reaper says, I'm learning here. Alright, so anyway, so budget is also kind of a problem. But right now I think we've got a fun collection of blocks. Also, did you know that the game only uses 6 different colors? Different color hues. Already noticed that? That's a fun fact to consider. So some designs are also pretty difficult. These are some things that I've brought up in the past. Glass pillars, yeah, sound absolutely lovely. Some of the rendering code right now is kind of specialized for glass materials. For instance, you've got glass tables, if I'm not mistaken, or at least glass tabletops, and glass thin blocks and glass shaped blocks and all of it. All of the glass code, all of the glass blocks need to be double-sided, and they need to be accounting for the fact that they're connected and so you only see the volume and not the inside stuff. In other games, glass is single-sided, or you don't get like the nice see-through effect that you have in Angeldust. Glass pillars would be absolutely cool, and I think it's entirely doable. We just don't have a great texture for those yet. And other than that, I think we can add them. A double shovel, dig up twice as much material. Yeah, how would that work? Do you just dig like 2 blocks in the same direction? Or is it like 1 block and always the one below, or 1 block and always the one above, or always 1 block and the one in front, for whatever value front is? Or is it like a bomb, you just bam, and everything around you explodes? A 3-handed shovel. That doesn't even make sense. Glass pillars. Not necessarily a double shovel, just a better way to do it. Yeah, let me know what the better way to do it is. I I think it's possible to add like a better shovel, maybe assign it to the builder class, so another item that he or she can buy. Or maybe not, maybe it's just that the regular shovel will function in a different way. Yeah, let me know. You spend 1k and bam, chunk of blocks gone. What? Okay. So this is not like a selective removal. It's not like a directional removal. It's just like I want everything here gone. It's like a mega bomb. You just bam, like remove my house. That kind of functionality. Well, maybe I can add something in the future like that. Yeah. So it just like woo, yeah, boom, it's all gone. You clear a chunk by spending cash. Okay, that would kind of advocate for moving it to the telecharger then. So you open up the thing and you say claim this land, but you can also say like, bam, remove this land. Mark 8 points, then click to remove volume. No, 8 points? That sounds like a awful lot of difficulty. 2 points, lower corner, upper corner, bam, bam, poof. But once we start doing that, the problem is, yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a nostalgic view of the game, but I've always liked the fact that the game, everything that you see in the game has been built block by block and has been removed block by block. And I know that this is like irritating to some players who want to, some men just want to see the world burn, but it's something that gives charm to the world. If you don't see a mountain anymore, you know it's been removed block by block, and it's been a gigantic undertaking, and that's also worth something. Says, okay, 2 points work. Yeah, you don't need 8 points. If you have the Wonder Badge, you can do it. Yeah, it's something I understand, but I don't really want to devalue all of the hard work that players have put in the existing builds and so. Yeah, that's true. That's why I want to limit some of the future functionality, which will be coming in the next update as well. Some of the future functionality is bound to donators and up, for instance. So, yeah, that's an idea. But a better way to remove stuff, yeah, sure. I can think on that. I can spend some time thinking on that. One click to remove the full claim, like house go boom. Yeah, that's true, but then you get the problem like, do you want the claim to revert back to its natural state? So that's not what you want, but you want to remove it entirely. That's it's okay. A way to remove blocks. If we find a good idea that works for everyone and that doesn't devalue the experience too much, I'm up for it. I think the best thing I can suggest is, yeah, kind of like something that removes everything around you within a certain radius. But how do you prevent fallout? It's difficult. You want an easier way to do it. It would increase the speed of building a lot. Of removing stuff. Building as in removing and building stuff. Days of work, yeah. All right, we'll definitely need to find something that works here. So double shovel. Clear blue water. Sorry, I'm moving on. I hope that we kind of discussed this enough right now. So it's not about a double shovel. The double shovel is like the red herring here. We don't follow the double shovel. We need something to remove blocks. Can we agree though on the fact that placing blocks is okay one by one? It still takes a lot of time, I know, and I understand, but people have built gigantic stuff using just one block per thing. So, is building good enough? Because I really want to keep something. Placing one by one is okay. Okay, I'm going by your comment here, Obi. Because that still gives a lot of awe when you see a big building. You know it's been at least placed block by block. Clear blue water. You seen Mr. Nelly's work? Yes. Not a lot of it. Maybe some screenshots that you sent me, huh? So, going to point 3. Kamikaze Justice still here. Sorry. Great White says block by block is fine. Great. It takes thought while digging is annoying. I see. Okay, so that kind of halves the problem already, because it's now we're not talking about and being able to remove and being able to place things in moss, but it's okay. Good. We found some common ground. This is going well. Clear blue water. Water looks too much like oil. Yeah, I disagree for the moment. Water is not clear blue. Oh, your points about kamikaze ideas on the next page, yeah. But right now it's about my ideas on kamikaze's justice ideas. So you'll have to listen to me before I get to you commenting on this and stuff. Clear blue water. What looks too much like oil? I disagree. Water is not clear and water is not blue. Yeah, it is clear, but it's not blue. It's just a reflection of the sky. Water looks too much like oil. Yeah, the water looks the best it ever did in Angeldust right now. I'm kind of happy with the look. The higher you place water, so water was initially meant to be only on the ground plane level. So that's in the Netherlands the water is grey. Yeah, indeed. So water was initially meant to be only on the ground plane, and it's like only the lowermost block. You cannot swim, you cannot go into the water, so it's like this kind of... It's just a visual thing to fill up the world at the bottom layer. So that's what it was meant to be. Players wanted to place water as blocks. I was like, yeah, of course, that would be cool. You could make waterfalls and stuff. Problem 1. Reflections were only calculated for the ground plane, so water reflects stuff. That was only... The math was only actually made for... reflections along the top face of a block. So you get, if you look, this is the other way around, but in real life, of course, light bounces off and hits your eye. But in the game, kind of we send out a ray from your eye to the water and then see if there's a reflection there. So that worked only for top faces. This is called like the normal vector. So this is the normal from your eye, then it hits the it's like the ray from your eye, it hits the water normal, so kind of like the surface tangent or whatever it's called, the angle at which it reflects. So you get that, and it hits, for instance, a tree, and the tree is reflected in the water. So yeah, there we go. So water is fine, but swimming would be kind of cool. Yeah, you know what is cool? Ice. Anyway, so placing water blocks, okay, that's cool and all, but then you need to calculate refractions from the side, because suddenly when you have a water block, it can hang in mid-air and your eye can be right next to it, so the light needs to bounce in the horizontal plane all of a sudden, the new normal. What is the problem to the Friday log of any physical functions? Try to arrange it at least as a door or at a new block of similar physics. Anyway, we're going through the history of water here, so this is like a special class on the history of water. I added a water block. I kind of tweaked the water shading, but there's a few different effects in Angeldust. I'll call it shading, if you will, even though it's not shading because the game runs on OpenGL1, so it's fixed function pipeline. There's no shading anywhere to be found in the game. The water has got a Fresnel effect, so that's like sometimes a ray bounces off the water, but sometimes the ray goes through the water and you see underneath the water, and depending on the angle from your eye to the water, you will see more or less refraction. So I kind of faked a Fresnel effect by having all kinds of tricks with the water, and it works for water at the ground plane, and it works for water that's like in a waterfall kind of arrangement. But the higher you place your water blocks, the weirder the quirks get. So if you place a water block almost at the top of the world and you look down on it, it will kind of look more like grayish oil because the Fresnel effect is too strong there. Not something that I can fix easily without rewriting the entire renderer, and I don't want to do that because it runs really well on all of the platforms right now. But yeah, the water doesn't have any color in and out of itself, it just reflects the sky and the blocks around it. I think it's like kind of an accurate natural representation of water. If you look at other games, they might have this cartoonish water, which is indeed blue always, even if the sky is overcast. I don't think that looks good. I think the Angeldust water is fine. Sorry, it's not something that I can change really quickly, and it's not. I don't want to add colored water or anything right now. Maybe in the future, but I think the water looks the best it's ever done. So. Water that can be walked through, like passing through a waterfall or swimming underwater. Yeah, this is kind of a limitation, and Alex says, like, what is the problem? Just make a simple physics block. Great White says, yeah, me too. Just make a simple physics block. Yeah, that's the problem. If it were simple, it would already be in the game. There's no there's like only one kind of physics right now in the game. It's like you fall down and that's it. That's the physics in this game. There's no concept of floating. There's no concept of swimming. There's no concept of being underwater right now, and there's no physics to accommodate that. Also, the game is really sturdy right now because of this kind of simple physics model. The client can actually predict everything that's going to happen to you as a player, so you can actually combat lag quite well, because the client knows almost exactly the same that the server knows, and they don't get out of sync easily. If you start adding all kinds of weird physics effects, there's like the potential for the client to get out of sync earlier or more easy, and then you get rubber banding and things, and you thought you were here, but the server says you're there, and then you move around a lot. That's not cool. The ability to pass through blocks. Yeah, so the panel blocks, actually the doors and all, they work because they do not have any physicality at all, so they are just passed through. I tested that out on water, to be honest. There was a version in where I made water climbable, so you could at least climb up a waterfall. I know this sounds weird, but come on, we live in a fantasy world in Angeldust, so being able to climb water, so just being able to get on top of a waterfall. Also being able to stand in it, because it was like the thin blocks that you see. It was really disorienting, because the water shader effect, yeah, I don't do shading, but it's a water shader. The blocks just morph all kinds of ways, and you were climbing and you would lose your sense of direction, and you would get like sick, you would get like a headache. So yeah, climbable water, swimmable water, it's difficult. We could look into that in the future, but it's not something that I can solve easily. Panels are 2D, so that's why you can pass through. That's how I understand it. Yes, kind of. That's also a good point. I kind of want all 2D elements in the world to be passed through, and all 3D elements to be solid. So that's also kind of a design language in the game. Rubber band, man. Yeah, that's not what I want to turn the game into. Then create a new type of block of this, which will combine these functions. Yeah, easier said than done, Alex. It's I think it's easier said than done, at least. So, walkable water, swimmable water, probably not coming to 3.0, but it's something that we can look into for the future. Swimmable water would be fun, having an underwater world. One of the problems that I have with the current model is that because the water is currently the lowest level in the world, there's nothing below it. So you know that if you see the water, you don't have to render anything below it, and that's good for performance. So. Don't want to go off topic. Great White says, but will Angeldust go to console? It would, if I could, and if I were to say, if I were to decide, yes, of course. Let's keep these in. Consoles would be great. Great player base. I think the game fits really well with vibrant colors, a big UI. If you set the text size to huge, it's really playable from the couch. I sometimes do that. Just connect my MacBook to the TV and just use a game controller and play the game. It's a fun experience. It's like it's made as a console game. That's why it runs really well with the game controller as well. I've been streaming hours and hours, hundreds of hours with the game controller, and it works really well. So yeah. If I were to say, do you want this game on console? Yes, I think it's easily portable as well, because it uses all kinds of platform-independent frameworks and code. That's why it's already running on Windows, Mac, Linux, iPad, iPhone, Android. So yeah, I think it would be great. Niels, for instance, has been campaigning for a Switch version. Players have been asking for a Vita, PlayStation Vita. Is it the handheld by Sony version? Yeah, all kinds of cool ideas. But I'm already glad that we're running on 5 different operating systems right now. So also BSDs or a Haiku, I had the game running on those as well. With a little bit of tweaking, we can have them running and back up and running in no time. The Ocean, PlayStation, Xbox, yeah, sure, no problem. Let Microsoft give me a call. Let Sony give me a call. One thing that I do want to stress, and this is going to be a little bit of a rant, sorry for derailing the thread, even in the third post here in this forum thing. This is going to be a big one. A lot of players say that PlayStation and Xbox are great platforms for indie games. Take a look at all of the indie games that are on there. One thing that people forget, for instance, I've heard this about games like Flower, maybe you've heard of that. The other game with the dude in the sand, Journey, I think it's called. And maybe No Man's Sky kind of is the same thing. I've been hammering on that game ever since it got released, or even before. People say, hey, it's a great platform for indie games, because take a look at these indie games. And I've played through some of them, or at least I played the last level at friends of mine. And then I saw the credit list, and there's like hundreds of people who worked on those games, like 300 or 400 people. And of course it's an indie game, maybe in the sense that they didn't officially have a publisher, but Sony has been pouring like millions, tens of millions, or hundreds of millions into the development and marketing of that game. And it's just not something that I can compete with. I'm just alone, mostly, kind of. And I don't have hundreds of millions in my bank account yet. So that's kind of a problem. Sorry, I hope this is not like a whine or anything, but it's like some indie things might not appear as indie as they look. Anyway, that's on the topic of consoles. Sad music. Yeah, also, I think that my streaming mojo is way better than the streaming mojo that those guys from No Man's Sky had. And my game actually does have a field of view slider, and my game actually runs on computers. So, yet. Alright, so going to point 5, still in Kamikaze Justice's post number 3. Have lava cause damage to players and creatures, otherwise it should have a new name like Banana Soup. The name is a good one, Banana Soup sounds fun. There's also a bit of orange in there, so I would probably call it like Banana Orange Soup or Fruit Soup or anything, something like that. But all jokes aside, we have talked at length about having lava cause damage to players and or creatures. I think it would be a very cheap feature, and that's why there hasn't been a block that does damage to creatures yet. I think it would be like a very cheap way to kill creatures. That's why I don't want it in there. For instance, if you encounter one of the end bosses in the game, just lure it towards a lava pool. And I know this sounds awesome. I mean, it sounds awesome while I explain this, but it would be a really cheap way to kill creatures. So just kite a creature, drag it towards a lava pool, build it in, like build blocks around it so it can't escape, and bam, you can farm any creature, anything. So that's, yeah. That's not something that I want to facilitate in the game. I think you need to earn your kills. Maybe causing damage to players would be fun, but then you get to the topic of lag and sometimes not being able to fully control your movements in the game because your connection acts up or anything, or maybe you get stuck somewhere and you teleport towards someone's claim and you get dumped into a pool of lava, and before your telecharger is recharged you die. That's not fun. That's I don't want players to be able to harm other players. PvP is now here. It's a mode in which you can harm other players, but it's opt-in, so you can choose to get killed by a player. Sounds like a smart way to kill. Yeah, that's why it works around all of the mechanics that I've worked so hard on. So that's kind of like lava and damage. Allow the conveyors to carry construction materials and lights. It doesn't make sense to me that it can carry creatures, turrets, springs, etc., but not blocks. Yeah, that's kind of like the game. Alex says, "Well, okay." ... Sounds like Alex isn't too happy. Matthew 03765 Minecraft 2.0. Hey Matthew, welcome. We're doing a little bit of a game dev Q&A question and answer section right here. Usually we play the game, but right now you're free to join us for this kind of my reflection on all of the ideas that players have suggested. So feel free to stick around, give a thumbs up, and you won't miss next week's live stream when we will be playing again. So thanks for joining. Allow the conveyors to carry construction materials and lights. It doesn't make sense to me that it can carry creatures, turrets, springs, etc., but not blocks. It does make sense to me, because if you take a look at it from the technical point of view, the game clearly distinguishes between entities in the game world, like players, projectiles, creatures, the devices, the loot drops, the loot containers, like the chest. Those are like entities, those can move, and those are like active, and they actually have physics, and they do things in the world. And on the other side, you've got the blocks, and the blocks are kind of stationary. Of course, panel blocks, they open and close, and some of the blocks animate. The trees and all of the foliage, of course, has got this wind effect on it. But it's a block is not an entity. One exception is that the trolls and other creatures, they can sometimes pick up blocks from the terrain, and then they throw them towards you. So those blocks that you see there, those are actually entities. They are called the flying blocks. But they are not blocks in the sense that the ones that you carry in your hand or the ones that you place in the world. Those are like cartoony versions of the block that kind of resemble a block. And until they land in the world, they are not solid, and they are not actually real in that sense. So Hum says the issue with moving blocks is they could get stuck. The others are temporary. And Obi says, agreed, I can kind of the point I made in my post. Obi, I've got your post on here on a side screen, so I'm just reading your answers and trying to hide behind those. No, but it's and what would you want to accomplish? I mean, you don't need to. Sorry, Kamikaze, this is not meant like in an offensive way or anything, but it doesn't really accomplish much because being able to dump blocks onto a conveyor belt. Do you just want to make them go around infinitely, or do you want them to drop off and then just be real, get placed in the world? So for instance, at the end of a conveyor belt, they would just fall into an abyss and they would fill up a gap or something. Because the only way, you don't need to carry building materials anywhere. You are the carrier of all your building materials, and they are infinite. So just get yourself over there, go and stand on the conveyor belt, and you are all the blocks that you want to see moving. So anyway, So, Obi, it was a joke. I'm not reading your post on this device. I'm just I'm improvising this. Miss Blue says, have a good Q&A session, everyone. I got to go now. Hey, Blue, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for sticking with us this long, and sleep well. So don't sleep tight. Don't let the bad bugs bite. I hope to see you next week. So that's the construction material and lights. I do agree that having a light move on the conveyor belt, and you said, Kamikaze, if I'm not mistaken, make a lighthouse, so have a light go through a lighthouse. Dynamic lighting is currently not supported in the game, and that's people have been asking for a torch or something that you can carry with you that gives off light. That's not going to happen anytime soon, because all of the lighting is calculated in the background, kind of, and then the world shows it. But it's not something that can be done quick enough on in the current design of the engine. So that's kind of an engine limitation, that you cannot have moving lights. Hey, poof, see you, bye, Blue. 7. Create our own unique pet that can fight by our side, allocating points to our pet's abilities like strength, speed, defense, damage, offense, intelligence, agility. This has been a long-standing request, so we're on point 7 here. Long-standing request, having a pet. I do recall when players were first asking for, can we ride a horse? And I was like, why would you, like, why in God's name, sorry for using this saying, why in God's name would you want to ride a horse? And then I went on a vacation, and I thought like, okay, people want to ride on a horse. Let's experience this in real life. What is it like to ride a horse? So I started riding, I got on a horse, and I've got vertigo, so this is not an easy task, because it was like a high horse, get off your high horse. So I was sitting on this high horse, and then all of a sudden it started to move, and I was like, oh, get me out of here. But no, I stuck with it, and I was like, all right, this is like a horse in a riding school, so it's probably kind of tame, hopefully. And they know that I do not have a lot of riding experience, so hopefully I will be okay. And I had the time of my life, so I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Having a horse to ride on, that's a good thing. We need this in the game stat. So I experienced this. I experienced the idea of having a ride on a horse in a forest. And I was like, yeah, this is like a relaxing feeling that every player should be able to experience for themselves. So yeah, pets is in the same category. Players have been asking for this for years. Yeah, I do agree. I'm not sure about the part, and I do know that this is like the RPG element of it, so allocating points like strength, speed, defense, and so that would be cool, of course, but I think the first step would be to have pets at all, so being able to have a way to say like, hey, I see this cool creature and I want it by my side, and just being able to show off that you've got this pet, so. And then you killed one. No, 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 I didn't kill any horses in real life. No, no, this is false information. This is fake news. I killed one on the first stream and my neighbor got upset, but that's it. Obi says, I'll just wait till we get to my post so I won't repeat myself. Okay, Obi. Yeah, I'm just going to buy this like bit by bit, so I hope that this is the idea that you had, like do a Q&A. Anyway, so having pets, sure. And I think I can do that on a relatively... let's say a relatively quick time scale. Not sure if it will be in 3.0, but it's definitely something that's possible. It's yeah, for instance, we have already seen that we do know the concept of ownership of creatures in the game, so you actually see like this is Hum's horse and this is, so that's in there. AI for the creatures has also been something that I've been working on, so the horses will now follow you from a distance. I think there's like parts that can be reused easily, and that's cool. I think that having a pet, by the way, is something like a status symbol. Having a mount is also a status symbol, but you can actually buy the saddle for 25 or 12,000 coins. I'm not sure. Can I own a player? Yeah, you can in the PvP mode. But I think the saddle is 12,000. But I think that the pet should be kind of unique if it would be there. And I was talking about features for donators. So if you like donate, or if you're donator or up in the game, donator, wonder builder, moderator, what's the other one? Contributor, that's you, Hum, and game developer. I think that like that this might be a feature that might be unique to those special players, players who have invested in the game or are closely related and can show off their status in game a little bit more, even though the badge already features like that. Hum says, I don't have any questions, I'm just here to make jokes, so then we're just the same. So anyway, that's by the way, what do you all think of that? Like having pets be exclusive to donators and up? Is that like a good idea or is that a bad idea? 8. Hold that thought. Obi, we'll get to that later. Run faster and run for a longer period of time. Should heroes get too tired of running after running only for 6 seconds? I can already imagine Kamikaze just sitting at home and he's like, shift. 6 seconds, exactly. Great White says everyone should be able to have pets. Okay, that's your opinion, man. Any other takers for this question? Run faster and for a longer period of time. Yeah, this has been a recurring theme as well. I think that this is what put we music over a woman falling. Make it a level up thing, longer sprint. Well, I think there's like a philosophical... I always approach this topic from a philosophical point of view. And I know this might sound crazy, but it's something that I've been thinking about a lot. Players oftentimes ask me if they can run faster and sprint for longer. And in my opinion, the only reason why you would want to do that is because you want to get somewhere quicker. And then I kind of turn around the question and I say, I don't think you want to run faster and I don't think you want to run for sprint for longer. I think you want to get somewhere faster. And where is it that you want to go? What is it that you cannot wait for? What do you want to? Where do you want to go? What is your destination in life? So all right, Obi has gone on a different tangent here, and Hum says I vote yes on all level up benefits. Yeah, that's like okay. So anyway, if we can answer the fundamental question as to why players want this, like where do they want to go? Where do you want to go? And why is the current game not satisfactory? I think then we'll find the real answer as to why this is requested and how we can best solve it. If there are too few creature spawns, for instance, if you just want to get to the next creature faster, I can try increasing the creature spawn rate a little bit. If you want to get to new areas quicker, you now also have the world map to kind of navigate. So yeah, I'm not sure. If you want to earn coins faster, then there might even be better ways to earn coins faster. So yeah, sprinting, make it level dependent. All right, so that might be a thing. Sprinting faster, I'm not sure if that's something that I want to do, because I want players to kind of be able to catch up to each other. But sprint for a slightly longer amount of time, yeah, maybe we can do that in the with a level up thing. So. Make it possible to indefinitely save the red fists that are found in treasure chests from game to game, and make it possible to not use the red fists when using turrets, springs, weapons, etc., but use them whenever we choose to. Yeah, this is kind of by design. The power-ups in the game are kind of useless. Well, not useless, sometimes they can save your life, but it's like just a kind of a gimmick. I think they're most useful for the builder, because you can actually place these very powerful devices. The turret with the fist is very powerful, but it's just like icing on the cake. This is not your standard mode of operation, and you are not a better player because you found a chest or because you have found a fist. It's just a way to enjoy a short burst of power. It gives you a critical hit on some weapons as well, which actually makes all of the fighter swords useful in a way. So yeah, I'm not saving fists and heals. No. That's not something. That's not the way I want. This goes back to the days when I first played Unreal Tournament. Maybe you know Unreal Tournament, the '99 version. I used to play that with some colleagues at the workplace that I worked at back then, and it was it was a fun game. But but I was good in finding the power-ups and just knowing the cycles at which they appeared. So I was mostly running around in like the best armor with the best weapons and with all of the gadgets like triple power or quad power or whatever you've got in a double damage thing in that game. And the other players, my colleagues, they weren't really investing a lot of time in the cycles and in the levels and everything. And they were just running around naked, kind of. They had no armor and they had no good weapons to speak of. And I would just kill them every time. And I was like, alright, I get this, but it's no competition this way. And I don't want Angeldust to feel like that. It shouldn't be like a game of find all the chests and save up all the things between play sessions and then just one-shot a difficult creature. Kind of the difficulty level and the difficulty in finding these things and using them is kind of part of the game. Maybe someone can convince me otherwise, but this is like how I think about it right now. Anyway, add more lifesteal to the fighter's sword. Maybe, not sure. I think the fighter's sword, this sword's purpose is not the lifesteal. It's the fact that you can chop down the projectiles that come at you. With the in-game tips, I hope that this is a lot more clearer to newer players. They might not have known that you can chop down projectiles. Same with the air shield. But I don't think that the lifesteal, it's a gimmick. It's not the main use case for this. Is calling people old. He retracted his message. So Obi says, I didn't know. What? I missed something. Add lifesteal to the scout's yellow crossbow, even if it's a little. No, I'd rather introduce a lifesteal crossbow than a purple one to fit the lore. So she's got the treasure hunch ability, so she sees the X where the chests are. I think you should use that for healing as a scout. And the game isn't meant to be played single player. It's not... Hum says that he can one-shot or solo most of the creatures in the game. That's great. That's cool. That's a very good thing. Oh, you didn't know the chop swords thing? Yeah, no, well, the more you know. It's one of the tips that the newer players get. Being vulnerable and not being able to get your life replenished at every time that you want, anytime you want, that's part of the game. Add PvP to the game, not make it a separate game. Maybe. I need more time for this. The current version with the Void isn't like popular enough right now to kind of build upon. It works really well on the stream. That's why I want to kind of structure that playing time and playing mode a little bit more in the future. But it's not something that I'm not sure. The game was never meant to be PvP, and it will be very difficult to shoehorn actual PvP into the real world and not make it a nuisance for all of the players. So yeah, maybe in the future. The sorcerers can solo all except the Dawn Nimbus. I see. You were not a nuisance, Kamikaze. It's good. We did just spend like half an hour on your features though. Oh, and one more thing. Here we go. Another 10 minutes. I think the world needs a higher ceiling for bigger projects and increased creativity. I don't think, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't visited all of the builds yet, but I don't think that this is like a very big limitation at the moment. Let me know, Obi, how you think about this. Do we need more higher game world? I think it's sufficient for most players' projects. Yes, more space. What? Maybe I just like the idea of like having more wider builds instead of taller builds. Building a tall thing is very easy. You just look down and you just you spam all the way up until the top. I've never really experienced a big build that ran out of vertical space yet. So I'm not sure if I agree that this is a problem right now. Maybe if I get more requests in the future, but this is the same thing. It takes up a lot more storage space and network transmission things. So anyway, but okay, that's the higher ceiling. We've got little XXRDD, previously known as Harlander, for those who know him. I would like each character to be of 2 sexes. I most often play for a sorceress, and I'm a little complex about the fact that she is a woman. For example, fighter and girl knight, archer and archer girl, Barbie and Barbie girl, the witch and the sorcerer. And so there will be more characters. This is mostly... I get this. This is mostly a budget artwork issue. So it takes a lot of time to do artwork. For blocks, it's a lot of work. But sprites are a different class altogether, because you need to animate all of the frames and make all of the animations. This might be possible in the future. Maybe, but right now it's kind of like a balanced mix. If you take a look at the logo, of course, this will probably green screen the bottom, yes. So we've got two female characters and 2 male characters. I think that's like a balanced subset of things. And the fact that you are... Why only 2 Yeah. Why only... you cannot read everything, should he ask for a division into genders? Yeah, but that's... Yeah. No. I understand the question completely. So you want the full cast. So you also want a female fighter and you want a male sorceress. Right now, I'm kind of happy with the vision of this. I think it's entirely acceptable to have only one gender or one sex per character, class, hero, thing, whatever you might call it. And I think this is like a fun division. It's like balanced. It's 2 and 2, and it's... I don't see anything wrong with it. I usually play the sorceress and I usually play the scout on screen. Actually, they're my favorite classes. I can understand that there might be players or people who have a little bit of trouble or a little bit of a problem playing a character. But don't you ever play Tomb Raider? In Tomb Raider you play Lara Croft, for instance. Or do you also have problems with movies in which the starring character is a female? I'm not sure. Not sure how to work around this. I do understand that other games might have like both genders or both sexes for each class. We don't. It's as simple as that. It's this is a. I mean, there's no female Mario either. Do you feel that's a problem? Anyway, and we do want a pirate. Yeah, that's the thing. Alexa, I agree with that. Since I'm a male, I don't like to be a female character. It feels strange being... Of course, it can be right. Another perspective. I play almost a sorcerer, and I'm very fair. So even if I was there, I could see place for you. Yeah, it's just if you like World War. I think it's World War One World War One games with female leads. Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe it's just like my what you call it, the way I was raised or anything. I really do not feel the ethical or the psychological problem with playing a character that has... I don't know. I don't feel... I just don't feel this problem. It's not something that I see a problem in. I will agree to most problems that players say they have with the game, maybe, but this is not a thing that I think is a problem. Maybe just try to live with it. Try to accept the fact that there's nothing wrong with playing a video game in which you play a character that is nothing like you. I mean, I'm not an Italian plumber, but still I enjoy playing Super Mario. And I'm not a female archaeologist or anything, and I don't know how to shoot a crossbow or a plain bow, but I still enjoyed playing Tomb Raider. So anyway, keep them coming. This was my thing. Obi, here we've got Obi. Here we go. So this is the stream is going on for rather long, and my voice is starting to hurt. We've got a disclaimer. I mean no offense, nor intend to. I don't really care about any of these suggestions making it in the game, but I still believe it would help the game of Angels go in the right direction. Let's have a constructive conversation. So here we've got a reply on the Kamikaze's points. More blocks, textures, block variants would be awesome. The list I sent to Firefly. I got your list. I think I added like 6 or 7 blocks on the list, the easy ones. And the rest might come in the future. Yeah, disclaimer, I'm not going to harp on all of the problems. Hey, what's up? Oh, this is my mouse cursor. I was looking at this and it's my mouse cursor. Roads can look good with current blocks. Only way I could see jaggy is 45-degree roads. Yeah, agree. You kind of can smooth them out with the natural blocks, I think. Water, as far as I know, there's no way to adjust the transparency of blocks in Angeldust. At least, yes, kind of. Double shovel is something I was planning to talk about in the stream. Not a double shovel specifically, but a faster way to dig. It's very time consuming and limited to dig the whole hills and mountains to proceed. Yeah, so, alright. It's clear that there should be a way to remove blocks easily. Fair enough, fair enough. Lava causing damage would certainly be interesting, would impact the server very much, but it will also destroy items like gold if dropped into it. It would be also supposed to make mob grinders if lava mob hurts. Would be the only thing that is necessarily player made that could hurt under that. Yeah, so you understood where I was going with that indeed. So that's good. Conveyors carrying blocks. I don't understand how a conveyor blocks carry blocks. Yeah, but something like a pet expansion to our right just would make them more valuable. Maybe I personally would care about them a lot more. Small little friend. Abilities, not another thing I want to talk about. Not only, alright, so this is, here we start with new stuff, I think. Whoa, big list. Let's dive in. The MS-DOS disclaimer. Abilities. Another thing I wanted to talk about. Not only it would improve the pets if added, but what should really happen is abilities and or a tech tree for our characters. This is what I've heard a lot of people talk about. In my opinion, it would give the game a lot of replay value, since right now there isn't really any reward for players who have invested a lot of time into leveling up. Plus there isn't no real difference between level 1 and level 100 or even level 600, other than the 30 level HP boost, which doesn't really make any sense, no logic. Alright, so here we've got some abilities. Or this is, oh no, this is just a standalone point. Yeah. Or do we go on? Yeah, there's more, but alright, so abilities. Yeah. The fun thing is that when I originally designed Angeldust, there was no concept of levels, I think. And I did have a list of skills or features that you could acquire over the course of time. Not sure if it were like items you would buy or if it was like levels. But when actually making the game, it turned out that it's quite difficult to make a system where you get experience points or stuff or skill points and have to balance all of those things and then just make players feel rewarded for doing stuff. And you also have like 4 heroes at the same time, because you're not making a character of one class, but you can play all of them at the same time, and you level them up on one account, because all of the coins you acquire with all of your heroes gets added to your one bank account, but you do have 4 heroes. Yeah, it's difficult. I do know that this is like the main sticking point that players use when they say this game is not an RPG, because you need to be able to invest points, or you need to have experience points, or I need levels and I need to invest points. Yeah, that's all good, all well and good, but it's difficult right now because the entire game is currently balanced in a way that like you can play it and you can have fun with multiple players at once. It would be a big change to add this to the game, and I'm not sure where to even start doing this. It would probably have to be like a new game, because there's probably no way that we can carry over the existing world and heroes and skills and gameplay, and then so all of a sudden rearrange everything and have skills. But you're being trolled. I'm not being trolled, and I'm really trying to do this in a serious way. But I think that the real... this is another philosophical point, but I think the real skill increases in your head. I bet you that when Hum first started out, he wasn't as efficient at killing stuff and finding stuff in the game world back then than he is now. So the real level up is in your head. I did introduce the level system, the current level system, halfway last year or so, or maybe the beginning last year, or maybe even before that. It gives players a way to sense progress, so you level up due to the coin amount. Coins get harder to acquire as well, so that's kind of your exponential or logarithmic curve there. I think the game balances out quite naturally, and I do understand it would be fun to be able to have new skills and new things, but this is not the game for it right now. So this is a part in which we might be lacking if you were expecting it, but it's also not something that I can easily fix right now. So Anobi says, I could go on how I was the first gold grinder, but the game doesn't care about that. It doesn't make me stronger in any way. It just like levels after 30. Yeah, that's true. And maybe this game is just one in which for the time being grinding will only lead to higher numbers and not more fun or not more rewards in itself. It's yeah, that's kind of what it is. I'm not sure how to... It's not something that is... Yeah, if such a thing would come to the game, it would be 4.0 or 5.0, or it might even be called Angeldust 2, because it would add a new layer of gameplay, like a new layer of design to the game. And that's I understand that, but it's also making the game something that it like completely isn't at this moment. So, yeah. I understand the question and I understand the desire for this, but it's a different game, and we can make that. It is possible to think it up, but it wasn't something that I could make on my own in the time frame that I was given. So, running faster and longer, this could be something that could be leveled up using your pointer you get with the level up in tech tree. Yeah, or maybe something tied to your level, as we discussed earlier. Treasure chest drops. It would be great if you could control when and where you do power-ups if you press it. But it would really come for this. Yeah, Hum has also been asking for, like, I want to see the count of fists that I've got. Yeah, it's just a small thing. So after you make cash with 3.0, it could be possible. Yeah, maybe you could even program it yourself, Obi. If the game becomes open source, you can even expand it in any way you like. Fighter Scout healing. So anyway, the power-ups, it's like kind of like a gimmick. It is there, and when I see a chest, I open it up and I get the power-ups. And I know that it's just inconsequential mostly, but it's also fun picking them up, and using them. So yeah, it's not a core gameplay thing or something right now. Fighter Scout healing, agreed. The fighter needs that buff, more lifesteal, but the scout doesn't. Every other way to solve this issue with previous points, saving the heals, it would make sense. Just finish, you could save the heals. She got pretty useful when she needs them. This would make the game more playable when she wants to be under the source because of obvious reasons. Yeah, so stacking or like saving power-ups would completely throw off the game's balance in a way that I don't want right now, but it's maybe in the future. PvP in real world, I've heard KJ talk about this before. I still believe it would be a bad idea. All attacks, but the scouts over splash. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, dual option, PvP protection, standard. Yeah, yeah. There's lots of ways to implement PvP in the real world, and I have been thinking about those before coming up with the idea of the Void, which is in the game right now, the hero battle, which is also in a form that I kind of didn't want, but it's like a kind of a beginning form to build upon. We'll see where we can take that idea in the future. Higher ceiling, yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about the stream. This is a much needed thing when being a builder, and I often find myself limited by the 63 block limit. It would make me very happy if it got raised to 107 or even 255. Okay, yeah. It's, again, I haven't... Maybe because the limit is there that I haven't seen any builds that run into it. but I think that most of the builds that I do see are already very impressive with this current limit. Raising it is possible, if I'm not mistaken, but it's on one side a performance thing on low-end devices, on the other side storage and network usage for everyone, and I'm not sure if it adds like that much to the experience. Yeah, more epic builds, but you can also it's what I said, is you can find epicness in the breadth of a build, so the width and the length of a build, but you can also find epicness in the height, and I think height is like the easiest dimension. It's easy to build a very tall like pole that goes nowhere and say this is epic because it's 200 blocks high. In my experience, it doesn't work that way. It's like the detail and the attention and everything that you put into build that makes it epic. It's not height per se. Says the purple hearts from a chest should be in all players in area full heal. That would be very helpful to the fighter and scout. And Obi says it would make me add more layers, which would make it much more amazing. Okay. If you played some other games multiplayer, you must know what PvP symbol gives you. You make something like that. Just allow her to deny PvP and choose teams. I'm not familiar with that, so any ideas on that are helpful, and maybe we use that to build another kind of PvP system. Gender issue, I don't care about the gender of my character, but I can say I agree with Hum. I remember Firefly stating that there will not be any new characters in the foreseeable future because then the game art would need changing. On a funny note, the scout is 100% a girl. If you go there, yeah. Let's not go there. Improve the old style visual style textures. I've talked about this before, and Firefly's confirmed that the textures are only low quality cartoon textures. Seems kind of negligent, so just fixing this before 3.0 soon after. Current textures are very washed down and in most places not connected properly like they should. Alright, so this is about the old fashioned style, visual style, being a downscaled version of the cartoon artwork. That's entirely true. It's that's why it's called old fashioned. It's just big pixels. It's kind of like the retro style look without too much effort. I could potentially touch up all of the textures in that resolution, but that's something that we'll need to do in the future. Obi got censored. Well, I censored myself kind of. It was on screen. Unfriend in the game. A way to unfriend while playing the game would be very helpful. I and other players find ourselves friending the wrong people. May they be annoying, offensive griefers. It's annoying to have to log into the website and find them in the long friend list. And when we do, they must log off for the server to update their UI, which is another issue that should be solved. It used to be like this with friend requests, but then it got awesome. Simple pop-up button when you go over a person's name in the telechat friends list, which clicks if you have no confession would do the job. Okay, yeah, so kind of the game right now, the game UI is kind of the constructive part in which you can send and add things, but you cannot indeed delete things. Maybe this is something that I should look into in the future. I haven't run into this myself. I'm friends with everyone, kind of everyone. But I can understand that this is a problem. On the other hand, being able to toggle the building permissions in-game already solves most of the problems of griefing, I think. So, are you a builder building on a simple player? Plane is boring and mundane. More height would give more movement and add a lot of color. Ooh. Okay, yeah, sorry if I'm not like the height thing. Currently, I'm happy with the 63, but if we get a lot of requests for increasing that, I'm all game. If you can send me screenshots where you run into this problem, where you run into the limitation and what you had wanted to do with it, I can consider it. A visual glitch. Hum probably has already told you about this. Firefly, but I found another visual glitch like the one with the up-facing slope and capital next to it, making the side next to the upper slope disappear. The same thing happens when done with a pillar, but this time two sides disappear. You can easily find a demonstration of this glitch. You might wonder. Oh, I hadn't read this one, so it's good that we're going through this. Send me a PM with a screenshot, and I'll get onto it because I can fix this probably quite easily. Another game-breaking visual glitch using Android on a Samsung. I was showing my wonder, and he said whole chunks of the world were missing. He sent me screenshots and I read it. Yeah, this is the. I know this one. So on Android, you get a wide variety of different graphics chips. and I'm not specifically not saying graphics cards, but chips. There's all kinds of chips that go into this, and some of them do not support vertex indices which are bigger than 16 bits. And here we go with the numbers game again. But some of these chips cannot render all of the complex geometry in one chunk, in one land claim. And then the game just decides, all right, I'll just draw the first portion, and then the rest goes missing. We had this happen on Geldus's build, Geldus's castle as well. It's not something that I can easily fix. Of course, I could make it so that chunks... I'm wondering if it's already in the game. For sprites, this has been solved. For the 3D models, it's been solved. For geometry machine, maybe not yet. It is solvable, but it will take a bit of time. Most of the geometry renders perfectly fine using 16 bits, but some of the older hardware or some of the budget chips, might not render parts of your build because it's very complex and it's got a lot of angles and lots of vertices and lots of faces. So yeah, I know this one, and it is probably solvable. Full inventory ID or movement. I think that every texture exists should have every block variant there is. Kind of disagree, because for instance, blue marble is supposed to be a blue marble, a special material that's only found in the natural game world, and in my opinion it would devalue the blue marble if we would give all of the different block shapes in the shop. So there's materials that I do not want to be available in all of the styles, and also it gives players a reason to choose a different material over another one because it's shaped differently. I think your Nefersby build shows that you can mix and match textures and colors in a great way, and Alex and Connor Pones have shown that with a completely different palette as well. I do understand that it seems like they say, like in restraint or in limitations you can see the real master. So yeah, it's if this is installed, everyone plays most places would make a complex build. You can get other block shapes when you find the block. Yeah, that's something that would be possible. Yeah, but it's and the numbers. So the numbers, Mason. What do they mean? You run into all of the problems here. So it's like there are not enough numbers. You get overwhelmed by choices. Some materials should be exclusive and aren't exclusive, or I need to code up a new system in where you dig up one block and you get a reward of 5 or 7 or 6 different new blocks. The tables get completely insane, because if you there's already 100 of them, I think, and the chairs as well. There's a lot of those, and you can't really support all of the combinations right now. It's complex. I'm pretty happy with the current collection. If I see the builds that are currently in the world and kind of the signature of all of the different builders, I think there's like very good ways of expressing your individualism right now. So more hotbars always could help to have more. Being a builder, especially when more blocks are added, it makes it easier to use more blocks. Therefore, inspires and pushes players to use more blocks. Therefore, more detailed builds and new techniques. Okay. Table and chair are insane yet. Take them out of the full inventory ID. Okay, so that's at least already one part of the war. More hotbars. I'm already happy that we've got 2 now, but there could be a system in where you have even more. I need to think on this. If the game becomes open source, this is easily added, because it's just I think the entire infrastructure is already there for supporting even more hotbars, because the Void gives you another hotbar even. So yeah, would be possible. Not for 3.0, but in the future, sure. Wonder claims areas. When a build becomes a wonder, the owner should have the option to choose between 2 things. First option, keep it as is. Second option, have the claim become wonder claims or wonder area, which would rename the claims wonder name built by. If there are more builders that worked on the area, they should be included. Okay, yeah. So there are ways to improve the wonder experience. I think you already said you sent me a private message. I've got it queued in my inbox to think on this. it's not something I need to think about a little bit more. I think these are good ideas, but I cannot really oversee all of the changes that I would have to make. It would be nice to see Wonder built by OB2002 or a list of builders if you are in a Wonder area. That would be cool. Yeah. So. And Hum says, I made my hotbars the same because I accidentally switched and lost access to my weapons in the middle of battle. What? Then you switch back again. But anyway, yeah, wonders could be improved. Probably also in a future version. This is not something that I can or want to do right now. Even though it does sound like a nice, like a quality of life feature. Yeah. Moving on to page 2. I'm not sure if I can really keep this up, people. It's oh, Reddit, as if I matter. Yeah, you do matter, Hum. So. Alright, so this is the lighthouse indeed. Yes, indeed. Blue water, other games might have it. Alright. More designs for light blocks, yeah. So this one of these is in my issue tracker. Smaller round lights. I'm not sure if I want those, but at least a thin block would be fun. So like the thin lamp that you can just place somewhere and it's thin. Yeah, that's something that I do want to add. Alright, so here we go, Alex. Alex, not sure if you're still listening or if you're still there, but here we go. You had some comments on earlier feature suggestions. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So right, there will be a lot of text. All themes will be these subparagraphs. Alex says, I'm here. Oh, the Alex post, lol. A small light source would be sexy. Alright, yeah, I'm thinking about just like the thin block. So a thin light block, that would be nice. I understand that not all the ideas from this list are destined to come true, but I will hope that in the future at least some of them will be recreated in the form in which I attach them. Maybe not everything that I will write will be similar to the topic for updates, but it's not. I will say what should be updated or changed. Alright. We must do this. Visual animations. Visual part. Animations. The first-person camera mode is in a very primitive form. I would like the camera to be added to the game when it moves, jumps, and performs other actions that set the player in motion. Briefly, the view bob. Doom has got it, and the developers were able to do this. Boom! Here we go again. So, the developers were able to do this. Alright, so you do know that that Doom was programmed by John Carmack, right? And he's like one of the programming gods of this earth. And he's got a team of like a few other coders around him probably who also do some work on the engine and so on and so forth. So please do not. I am honored that you think that I'm as good as John Carmack, but and his team, but I'm alone, and it's something. It's a little bit more difficult than just being John Carmack and doing this, but yeah, the view bob. I intentionally did not add view bobbing or camera movement to the game initially because I thought that it would give players nausea or headaches. You hear this with virtual reality a lot, but I think it was also the case with 2D games, or at least 2D projection, like in Doom, that players got nauseous because the constant changing of the camera and the up and down motion is just a little bit too much. It could be an optional feature in the future. So maybe in 3.1 or maybe somewhere in 4.0, the item that you have in your hand already moves kind of up and down if you walk. So Frank Lucas is bigger than Carmack, all right. His knowledge in that passage of time was the same as yours. Yeah, sure, it's something that I can add. I'm not sure if it will really change your gameplay experience, but it might give a little bit more of a dynamic in the game. I have been playing the game in third-person view for almost all of the streams, as you might have noticed. So I don't want view bobbing in the third-person view, but in first-person view, yeah, maybe that's a possibility. So that might be a good idea, maybe some low-hanging fruit to give a little bit more of a dynamic feel to the game. First-person view weapon animation, also extremely simple and primitive. Hey, that's me. I'm simple and primitive. I would like to see something more sensible than waving a weapon, like in other games. The warrior is waving his sword as if his sword has no weight at all. if the sword is made of plastic and the animations themselves are just ridiculous. Well, thanks for complimenting my work here. The scout doesn't have any reload animations. The arrow themselves appear on the crossbow, although in a very I would okay, alright. So I will readily admit that the in-game animations are simple and rudimentary. I think they are sufficient for the time being. Add a yellow chainsaw. Yeah, we've got some great concept art that Robotic did. I still remember. Agreed about the bobbing. What is this? I'm already at the next point. The chainsaw. We do have a very cool chainsaw concept, but I will show that in the future. These animations for the weapons, Alex, it shows your attention to detail and shows your background, I think, in animating things, because your name on YouTube seems to be Alex Animator. And I can definitely agree that there might be a lack of a sense of weight to the items and everything. Details is important. Yes, I'm really glad that we're talking about the details here. Not like, hey, there's no weapon models at all. So it's good that the details matter. It's not something that I think is like the weak point of the game right now. So this is something that we can improve in the future, especially the lumberjack. No, seriously, we've got a very cool concept art, and I'm not going to share it right now because we might want to add it in the game in the future. But it's a very cool concept that Robotic made. It's like completely ridiculous. But so we're talking about animation details here. It's good that we're at that point. We're not talking about the game crashing, or we're not talking about like not being able to play multiplayer, not being able to set the field of view in the game. But it's these animations are honestly one of the things that bother me least. It's that you brought it up, that I think like, there might be room for improvement here. I think that most of the competitors do the same thing. It's like just a simple animation like this. It's maybe the thing here is that the more realistic you try to make the animations, the more immersion breaking they become, because you suddenly realize, hey, I'm not in a cartoon world. I'm not fighting cartoon monsters. Why does this sword feel so real? So a new hero, Firefly. You spawn in as Firefly, the little ones, and you follow a player and you can't do anything. That's a good idea actually for a spectator mode. But not realism. Okay, so then you go for something like Overwatch, in which the weapons are like animated, very detailed, and they've got physics and all. Maybe in the future. I don't think that this is a weak point right now. It is something that can be improved, and if someone shows me, if the game is open source and you make a pull request and say like, hey Firefly, check this out, this is what the weapons should look like, I will probably say like, yeah, that's a huge improvement. Right now I'm not feeling that it's the weak point. I will admit that there's room for improvement there, and I admit that some of the animations are simple, and it's just a very simple animation system. But that is it for now. It's I don't think that is a big problem. And Obi says I was joking. Yeah. So agreed, Alex, but not something that I will like dive into immediately. Same for this thing. Animations of characters from the third person. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I cut down trees, I skip and jump. I like to press wild flowers. I thought it was a poem, but it doesn't even rhyme. Perhaps this is my smallest claim, but still. Animations do not reflect the actions of the player. The animations are simply different. Moments of walking are interrupted by animations of strikes, shots, and other third-party actions. Running animation is just an accelerated walking animation. Are there any ways to, for example, divide the player's model into several parts? Legs, torso, arms, head, or other combinations so that each action is in its own way affects different parts of the body? Yes, of course, this is possible. If you take a look at the other game engines, like the Source engine by Valve, they use like a fractional animation, composition, scanning thingamajiggies. So you can actually have like a move forward animation for the legs combined with a shooting animation for the torso. So I'm a redneck and what? Yeah, this is an epic poem. You do not know this song? No, I don't know the song, sorry. So Alex, yes, there's of course very good ways to do this. My 3D engine is rather simplistic because it's like my first 3D engine. It's amazing that I was able to like add 3D sprites at all in this game. There's a few workarounds. If the game is open source, you will be able to see them. There's a few workarounds to get 3D models into the entirely existing world. Yeah, but this is something that is possible. But the assets right now are rendered to static animation frames. That's why you see the running animation go over into the fighting animation or in the hurt animation. It's simple, but it's effective enough to give at least the illusion that you're playing with 3D characters. The Monty Python Lumberjack song. No, sorry, I haven't heard that. But you must bring me a shrubbery. That's something I can say. Otherwise, no soup for you. But anyway. So yes, that's something animation system. Alex, that's also a common theme in your suggestions. I noticed that you have kind of got experience with computer design and computer graphics, and that shines through. You probably have a little bit of knowledge on other game engines as well, and I can definitely see that you are like trying to get newer ideas into my simple engine. And that's a good thing. In the future, you might even be able to program some of this stuff yourself and maybe try and noodle around with different things, like improving the shadow quality was something you said like years ago. So that's all well and good. And I think that the Angeldust engine will be like a great base to use for a voxel game. So there's definitely a lot of room for improvement, and see what you can do, Graphics, the shadows. Honestly, I'm surprised that on 3D models, shadows work quite stably and quite good quality and resolution for OpenGL, but even under these conditions, shadows are still used in the game, which just obscure the texture of the block. I already offered you to add a tab of experimental settings. It will be correct if you add something that may work unstably, which I am talking about now. Try adding shadows to the game, but create a new tab for this option. You should not value performance. In the newest computers, there are far from cheap components, parts and hardware. Okay, so the problem here, oh, this is actually the shadow. So this is about the game world shadows. So what the world costs on the thing, on the other parts of the world. Yeah, the same thing here. So if you want to toy with this and if you want to experiment with this, you can increase the resolution, you can tessellate the world geometry. It's entirely possible. It's not even difficult at all, I think. The shadows themselves are completely volumetric in the game engine, so if you have better resolution geometry, you will automatically get better resolution shadows, shadowing, and better shadow quality. Right now it's a trade-off between geometry complexity, shadow quality, and performance. If you want to throw performance overboard because you've got a beefy computer, go for it in the future. No problem. So I'll see if I have to reload this, because I think I'm lagging a little bit. Anti-alias effect, you already know the reason. MSA, FXA, white choice, choose whatever you want. This is in the game engine. It's not enabled by default, but it's in my private build. I can enable it. It's kind of a mixed bag what you get in quality results, because you do get anti-aliased transitions between polygon edges, so all of the 3D models integrate better, and the edges of blocks look way better, but the vegetation uses alpha transparency in the textures, and MSAA doesn't work for that. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Some things look better, some things look the same. You take a performance hit slightly, and you get slightly better graphics, but it's not something that I want to enable by default, because on some computers, some systems, it crashes at startup, and that's not a good thing. Maybe I will offer a anti-aliasing switch in 3.1 or some version in the future, which you can enable experimentally, or by making a text file in the settings folder. So yeah, it's something that is possible with the engine, and it's something that will give a little bit of an improvement in graphics quality, but it's not something that will be in the game right now. So a shadow while in first person would be hot. So your own character casting a shadow. Maybe I should think about it. Honestly, I'm surprised at the absence in the game of such a simple effect as bloom. Here we go again. So what you call simple is actually what you call here a post-processing effect. You need frame buffers, or at least like texture. what are they called? Texture buffers, pixel buffers, OpenGL pixel buffers, something like that. So you need actually to be able to store a rendered image in video RAM and process it, and that's not something that OpenGL 1 supports. I think that Nintendo 64 can do it. The Nintendo 64 can do that. Maybe the GameCube as well. GameCube, yeah, definitely. GameCube, definitely. But those are using special manufacturer extensions. It's not something that you can do in OpenGL, and downloading the frame buffer to the CPU, then modifying it and re-uploading it as a texture, that's completely no-go in OpenGL 1. So it might be a nice effect, and I might be able to open up this link if I click this. Does this work? Boop. Alright, so this is completely tone mapped and everything. This is not representative of the of the actual game, but same thing here. So if you want to add like post-processing effects or shaders in 2D mode, go for it. Once the game is open source, just rewrite the render engine to use shaders, and it's this is real-time rendering. All right, so this is a post-processing effect that you just enable. Well, then just play it with that extension or whatever it is. So if you want to play it this way, just open it up and do it. You can do this today, apparently, so enjoy the game in that form. And if you want to share that knowledge with other players, just go ahead and do it. It's good. It's not actually really the style that I was shooting for when I designed all of the colors and the textures and the blocks, but if you enjoy this, and it's real-time rendered and it works, well, go ahead, play it, no problem. And for, I would like... Oh, it's eating FPS. It will be better if this effect would be in the code of the game. Yeah, but I think that's the problem. Your tool also needs to pull down the frame buffer and modify it and re-upload it. So that's the problem I run into if I integrate it into the game. That's like the real FPS killer here. So in the future, you're free to rewrite the OpenGL backend in like OpenGL 4 or OpenGL 3 for macOS compatibility, or maybe in Vulkan or Metal or whatever you want, and you can make the game look however you want. So does it break the terms of service, or I don't think so. I mean, the game is rendering and then you post-process it. Well, no problem. I would like a hand to be drawn along with the weapon. It would look very good. This was sorry. This is something that I wanted to do, but then you get the fact that players have different colors for each part of the hero, and then you want to see the entire model, and it was a little bit too complicated. So we just had like the floating sword or the floating item. Maybe in the future this can be added. Yes. Gameplay, enemies, AI. They're totally stupid. Yes, that's by design. Hey, you were talking about how Doom was such a great game. Well, we borrowed the AI from Doom. I actually phoned up John Carmack and I was like, yo, hello Carmack, what's up? Yeah, what's up, boy? We need some AI for the creatures. Do you have the Doom source code around? And he was like, yeah, I've got the source code around Firefly. And I was like, alright, boom, tag it and bag it. We've got the AI sorted. So, Doom enemies has AI. Yeah, we've got the same. Angeldust enemies have got AI. Yeah, they do stuff. Maybe it will improve in the future. Right now, this is just the game. They could create routes. Hey, we've got Lord Raytheers joining us. Obi, you are mine forever. Oh, this is turning into a better love story than Twilight. See, Lucas is better than Carmack. Yeah, there we go. So okay, the AI. If you play, the game is actually made, so this is like a bit of inside knowledge. Angeldust was made to be played by 200,000 players at the same time, so not 200,000 accounts idling like right now, but 200,000 accounts in-game at the same time. Then you've got like a few million creatures roaming around. Having them all do pathfinding and complex AI behavior would take up too much processing time. So that's why the AI is kind of light on the intelligence front. But it does try to pose a challenge to the players, so. Why are there no warnings about the attacks? How do I know when the enemy is going to hit me? This is also one of the problems of that very balance. There our animations, the animations do give you a little bit of a hint when something is coming. Like you see the mammoth go into the air. I could imagine that the lead time is a little bit too short to react to that. But you will see the animations play before the actual damage is dealt. So this is kind of a finicky point, and I agree that some of these, like some of the communication here could be better. Yeah, sure, okay. Yeah, Ray Theaters is one of the, I think I know him from Discord. The monsters themselves are very few in the game, for these are only often repainted textures. It looks very low quality and brazenly, and often the color does not fully convey the essence of the monster's abilities. I would like to see in the future, instead of the 27 types of monsters with repainting 2 or 3 times as many different types that will have their tactics and abilities. Speaking of repainted monsters, in addition to changing color, add more elements to the body. For acid monsters, add acid that drains from the body. Yeah, this is an entirely fun thing, and Space is Green and Robotic and I worked on this very long, and we worked out ways to kind of make this work. Eventually, we had to settle for the current system, in which the artwork for all of the variants is the same, because it's a genius system. John Carmack would be proud the way that we achieved the actual recoloring of the creatures, but it's not something that allows for adding different elements in different compositions or different styles. In the 3D it's a little bit easier, but in 2D it isn't, so. Alex says, I have no words. Well, you had a few. You had a few. So basically, all of the what the thing is, Alex, is all of the sprites in the game currently, they are flattened from the animation package. So all of the artwork that you see on screen is actually one-on-one artwork that is stored in the image data files. Newer game engines, they support sprites that are actually rendered as parts in the game itself. So for instance, if you take a look at Spriter, I think it's called, or some other packages, you can actually transfer the entire 2D rig into the world. What Angeldust does, we render the bitmaps, which are coming from the animation program. We render the bitmaps, so the actual exported frames, which is why the animations have a fixed frames per second as well. If we were to move to like a different spriting engine that would transform the entire rig into the game world, it would be a lot slower, but it would give more flexibility. So you could indeed switch out weapons, and you could switch out heads and tails and bodies and all kinds of colors. So that's something that can be done in the future, but right now the workflow was to use a animation program from which we export 2D frames. So, all right. Truly imbalanced. In balance, some monsters at one time are just able to take off more than half of players' health. Some classes do sometimes just cannot kill some types of monsters. Is it possible to play alone for the warrior to kill the hydra alone? No. It's possible to kill a nimbus by playing for sorcerers. Partially possible, but it will be more of a torment. It is necessary to give classes such opportunities so that it is not limited in combat with all the possible monsters. Now this was definitely a design goal that I set out from the start with. It's playing together should be more valuable than playing alone. I know that playing alone is fun, and I know that like a lot of players are not able to get their friends to play the game at times, but the idea is really to play together. And if you take a look at what I've added to the game since we launched the early access version on Steam, a lot of features are focused on playing together, finding friends and making sure that you can play together more easily, because playing together, like all of these problems disappear as long as you're not playing the 2 same classes. So if you play 2 different classes with 2 different people, you'll definitely have a more fun experience, and I think that it's like a multiplayer co-op game in that sense. So you need to work together with at least someone else to be able to beat the game, if you want to beat the game, if you want to call it. What if I'm playing as a warrior and my friend too? Yeah, that's what I said. So you would need to divide the tasks, or one could focus on chopping down projectiles while the other one does damage. It's still impossible. Yeah, so that's where flexibility comes in. That's where you say like, hey, this isn't working. Someone needs to scout up, or sorceress up, or builder up. And I have been playing the game with friends ever since like the first alpha versions. And we tried out all combinations of heroes, different heroes, so not two of the same kind, but always two different ones. And we had some great moments where we had difficult battle against a difficult monster and we still made it. So it's still impossible, it's still a problem. Why are you don't understand? Because that is what the game is designed to be. It's not designed to be a solo experience. It's not designed to be a fighter, beat two fighters and beat the game experience. It's a game in which you try to explore a world with other players, and I try to encourage playing together with the others, and if you sense that two classes of the same kind aren't working together, one of you will need to change. So it's also kind of exploration. I do understand that if you say, like, I want to be the fighter, and the other one says, I want to be a fighter, well, then both play the fighter, but you will pretty soon find that that's not a winning strategy. It's the same thing with other games. I bet, of course, I cannot come up with a good example right here, but if you get in a Formula 1 race, and you say, I don't want to race in a Formula 1 car, I want to ride my Porsche, my own Porsche or my Ferrari car, and you go up against a Formula 1 car and you say, I can't win this, and my friend is also racing a Ferrari and I can't win this. Yeah, you are doing it wrong. Well, if you're talking like that, nerf all classes so that without the help it was impossible to kill anyone in solo. Well, but that's already the case. It's already kind of hard. Hum says he can do it. I haven't been able to solo any of the bigger creatures in the game. So I enjoy the time on stream where we are together and everyone joins in the fight. And I think that this is the game that I want it to be. If you can solo anything, there's no reason to play together anymore. Because why would I want to play together with you? I can solo the game any way I want on my own. It's like a multiplayer game, and it was designed as a multiplayer game. It's just I don't want players to be able to solo the entire game. If you want that, you can have like Diablo, or you can have, I think, World of Warcraft. Is World of Warcraft soloable? I'm not sure, but it's like a social game. Obi says he can solo anything, but it takes longer. I understand that you say, like, hey, it's imbalanced, or it's not fun. If I play with two fighters, we cannot kill everything. Yeah, that's by design, kind of. It's like rock, paper, scissors. Something will always beat something, and then you will get beaten back. So that's kind of the core of the game design. It's like encouraging players to play together in a variety of classes. Not sure if this is a point I want to solve. I'm not sure if it's a problem that needs solving. I understand what you are saying, and I understand that you see it as a problem. And I understand that if you see it as a problem, it is a problem, and it is a big problem. But it's something that the game is. It's the same as saying, like, hey, the game, I've got a Switch and I can't play the game. This is a bad game because I cannot play it on the Nintendo Switch. And I'm like, yeah, it's designed that way. It's not designed to run on a Switch. Obi says, I've got only 8% on my phone left. Next. Combat. Balance again. All the information above. Okay. Again, I would like to see something more than the same type of waving. I would like the warrior to strike the sword in such a way that each blow was directed in a different direction. At the same time, you felt that the... Next. That the same time you had weight. Alright, so this is still about the animations. So this is like animations for using your items. Let's see, where does it go over into the other? Okay. Alright, so this is something, the builder interacting with the devices. He had the opportunity with the hammer to extend the operation time of the devices. Yeah, that sounds like a fun feature. I would like him to have visibility of those places where you can put the device so that if there's not intersect with the other. That's kind of difficult to do. So that's like a fun idea. being able to extend the lifetime of your devices, kind of like the engineer does in Team Fortress 2. If it gets damaged, your turret or your building or your other stuff, you just whack it with your wrench and it gets repaired. That might be even a cool thing, because then as a builder you wouldn't have to run around, and you could even divide up the area between builders. So this would actually add like a new dimension to the devices interplay. So one builder could build on the left side, one builder on the right side, and they could all work on keeping their devices operational. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. So Alex says yes. All right. Hey, well, you see, I'm not hating. I would like the sorcerers, like all other classes, had a larger weapon arsenal and not auxiliary tools. This is quite an unfair moment. I would like her projectiles to instantly injure an enemy with a direct hit, and naturally all this was good. No. Everyone is different, and as Hum has proved, the sorceress is already overpowered, and she's got a unique playstyle, and I know that players like to be all powerful and kill everything and do everything. Can we go quicker, please? 7%. Obi? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, okay. Anyway. No, the Sorceress is kind of like the difficult class to play. It's high investment, high reward. So you need to invest a lot of time practicing, and you will get a big reward if you manage to get her playing style right. I would like each class to have its own special method. You need to remove the spade on the right mouse button and put that very special method on this key. A warrior will have a shield that will heal him when an enemy hits his head. But at the same time, the enemy will be healed along with the player. No recharge runner scout. This this is a lot of text. So different abilities for things. Yeah, this is kind of like an ult or something, an ult ability. Maybe it's not, like one-time abilities that reload. It's difficult. But it's an idea. It's maybe for future consideration. Tesla Tower for the builder. Just do it. It's a good addition for this class. Tesla Tower will attack enemies in a radius 5 blocks while attacking the maximum number of enemies in field. This is like Red Alert. Command and Conquer Red Alert. You had the Tesla coils as well. It's an idea. Right now I think the builder has got quite versatile buildings already, and if something gets in a range of 5 blocks, you can use a bomb, which, oh my god, it's a bomb, which is already pretty good. But yeah, the builder might get some new stuff in the future. Good idea. Pirate class. Oh, here we go, main weapon. Yeah, pirate class, cool idea. Super rifle, yeah. Let's definitely consider this. More weapons for the sorceress. Again, the world villages, and in general various structures in which one could learn the lore and learn. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Not sure how to implement it just yet, but something like this is planned. Like structures in the game world. New part of the world after the ocean. Yeah, everyone keeps saying ocean and water things. The ocean is not cool. Because if you are playing on a low-end device and you walk up to an ocean, all you see is water, and you're like, where do I go now? And you might be able to get underwater if we do a proper ocean, and that will completely destroy your performance. But like oceans right now is not a good idea. So just make fog and top like water. I will need to think about this, but water was never a design goal for the game, so that's why everything is like working against the idea of being able to go underwater. NPC and quests, every self-respecting player must remember. WoW, I've never played that game, so sorry, but I do understand the idea of quests, so that's probably something that will be coming to the game eventually. Waterfalls, lakes, wide rivers, kinda. This kinda. Dungeons kinda. Cave generation is really bad, terrible for performance. Maybe if we drop lower end devices, we can just say, alright. Nexus, common startup spawn point. In fact, you already have a living ensemble of the city that's built with it. Perfect land for that idea. I think something like this is something that we've planned. If you add color correction, why do we need color correction if the colors are good to begin with? It's something like the game looks like I want it to look, and it's the best I can get it right now. So I did toy around with the idea of having like a saturation slider, being able to saturate or kind of desaturate. More blue color for the ocean, I see. Common starting point, yeah, that's kind of the play together thing, or the wonders thing. The wonder will bring players together if you press the button. Blocks and building theme, burned blocks, there are no full blocks and they would convey the appearance of destruction of the building. Kind of agree, not sure if we need this, but yeah, okay. More types of stone, granite. Granite is in the game if I'm not mistaken. That's like the blackish thing. 6%, yeah, Obi, we try to go as quickly as we can. Marble rocks, mineral stones, maybe. Gems, I want to enrich the cave shoulder. This is problematic because crystal, which looks like gems, is already kind of attached to the lore of Crimson. So this is like difficult to do. Yeah, preemptive goodbye. Bye-bye, Obi, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for this 3-hour long stream, but I will be stopping quite soon. Ores, yes, for caves too, yeah, maybe. More dead vegetation, dead trees, dead grey grass. Well, I think you understood. Yes, more liquids. I would like to see the acid block. This is kind of difficult to do. I do want to eventually make this Cyanergy, the block, the spawn platform of the void is made of. I do want to make that block accessible. So that thing. More industrial blocks or steampunk blocks, kind of. More light blocks, more different types of lanterns. Kind of difficult to do right now. Tree block and foliage block, fine block for custom trees. We do have the hedge. You can use that for trees, I think. Gameplay itself, balance, alright. Removing claimed lands. Probably not coming anytime soon. Okay. Make more ways to get coins. Getting coins only from killing monsters or playing with friends, not perfect option. Something along those lines will be coming in the future. Sorry that the discussion is kind of dropped to 0 right here, but I'm going through these at breakneck speeds right here. More gameplay parts and elements. The game is extremely boring, and perhaps I remember it only because of really good, sometimes viewable generation of the world and a good building system. New mechanics must be introduced in the game which should fuel interest in the game. The solution for both this and the previous point is following in the mine mode. The talent charger will have a new tab for this mode. The essence is simple. The mine is updated every 30 minutes in the mine to extract various materials. The mine is multi-level and absolutely random. There can be both jewels and dangerous in it. The player's arsenal itself is a pickaxe, talent charger, ice axe is a hammer, hunting knife, lanterns in limited quantities, maximum 20 enemies in a cave mine. Alright, so yeah, maybe in the future. Look, my battery is also running out, so I'm going through this really quickly. Mini games or different game modes might be coming in the future. There are possibilities to add those to the game. There is a reserved area where we can do different game modes and bring players together who want to do the different game modes and all. But this is like way in the future. This is not 3.1 stuff or 3.x, but this is like 4.0 or 5.0. Yep, Ocean, I think this is all. Phew, we made it. Right. There we go. I seem to be mad. In a world with no claims, to start destroying our creation. Yeah, so this is one thing. Open world. The game was open world before. I really like the idea right now that every piece of land is claimed before it is modified. That way there's always a name attached. If players do bad stuff, we can ban them, or we can say like this was done by that and that player. So right now I'm very happy with the like claim to build world. So. Firefly may have a future as a fine print reader for those medication commercials. Yeah. I'll already get you to sleep, so you don't even need your medication. Compromise on the subject of claimed lands. Perhaps Firefly can allow all players to build on lands that aren't claimed and still make it possible to claim lands. Yeah, this is a difficult one. Earlier we had this, and during streams, players were constantly placing lanterns in front of me, and I had to ban them, and it was not a fun experience. So claim to build is right now is to my liking. For the record, I've killed many others. Solo sorcerers. Right, thanks. Cool story, bro. Also, there are burn blocks in the game, just replaceable. I do think you can unlock that material. I'm not sure what kind of material it is, but I think it's the granite or something. So, next page, finally. From visuals, Alex, 2.5D style, 3D style is to 2D. I do fancy the idea of this, and I have been exploring ways to automatically generate like stylized 3D textures for the 3D models. Didn't find anything that works quite yet, but this is all like all of the visual stuff. That's all things that you will be able to add in the future once open source becomes a thing. So there we go. More bosses. Yeah, maybe creatures is like the budget thing. So time, energy, money. Kind of not something that I can do for 3.0. If budget, time and energy becomes available, I will be able to do so. More weather for the world, like storms, sandstorms for desert areas. Sure, also this is also like part of client-side improvements. For instance, in the desert, right now you get rain, and it would be cool to have like a sandstorm in the desert instead. So, new creature, the ghosts, yeah, the ghost creatures. More areas, biomes for exploring the world, and the existence of monsters, let's say electric eye on the crystals, red desert, crimson corruption, damage by lava. Sure, something we can consider. Bushes, yeah, I've been thinking about this. How about we reuse the existing tree system? You can already buy some trees from the shop. This was my trial experiment, and that seems to work. So how about you buy bushes from the shop, because it's really difficult to integrate them into the game world post facto. But how about you can buy bushes in the shop, which are like tiny models of the trees. So for instance, you get like the oak leaves in like a 2x2 block, and if you chop it down once, it's 1x1. So you can have like a big bush and a small bush version of it, but you can actually buy them as 3D models. So Alex, is that an idea? So being able to buy bushes from the shop, and they kind of like have a few different colors and textures. Normal running. On this pretext, I mean the presence of stamina in the game, which you're allowed to run at a convenient mode. Technically will be much more convenient and practical than what is in the game right now. Yeah, that is true, but right now the running feature itself is like bushes. Yeah, Alex, I need you to react. How about you can buy bushes from the shop, and they're like actual tiny trees, but like fuller. Yeah, you will see. I think I will do it that way. So they will be 2 block high trees, and if you chop them down once, they get tinier, smaller. I want to talk about actual placeable bushes. Yeah, so that's this thing. So you don't have to actually dig out the material, place a tree at the bottom, and then cover it up. You will be able to plant just the top portion of a tree. So sprinting right now, running is like a simple toggle, and it works on all of the input devices. Otherwise you will need the key to keep holding, and that's more difficult. ID for the next stream, we go through these suggestions. I think we're doing that right now. The IDs I've been keeping, they are numerous, and we would never get through them. For your happiness, that's all from IDs. Yeah, but Alex, the bushes ID, what do you think about it? So having like the tree textures in a small block, so a 2x2 or a 1x1, and being able to place those. Yes, we'll do that. You need to devote at least... Yeah, you need to at least devote 30 minutes. I've already been doing this for 2 hours. Hello. Q&A. Oh. Yo. What's this everything? I think a few new messages got added. Let's see. Oh, we've got Great White. Rideable flying creatures would be cool. Yeah, this both ties into the fact that adding new rideable creatures is kind of difficult, and having them be flyable would lift so many barriers and kind of things. It would be cool, but it's not like the game design thing. Firefly is already next flyable riding. Moderators of alright, so let's this is mostly done. Well done, young Jedi. New post on live. Hello there. Well, Alex, privyet. Thank you for your beautiful message here. Let's go out of the full screen thing, and we can do the I can comment a little bit. So moderation of the game and the website for when things get feisty. Feisty. I want to join beta, ZD12. You're already part of the beta. You've been playing for quite some time already, sir. So you're already playing the beta, and you've done everything. 3%. So right now, Obi, there is no moderation needed. I take care of most of things myself. We don't get a lot of reports because we don't have a lot of activity right now. So not like the likes of early access. About flying monsters, make them limit on how they high with relation to the Earth. It will be good and balanced. Hey, they can be at most 63 blocks above the ground, Alex. So that's already balanced. Ask Obi. But anyway, moderation. I do recall once we launched on early access, there were a few incidents left and right. But I want to have kind of, in French they say, a laissez-faire attitude. So let do, just live and let live. I know there's player names with words in them that are not like socially acceptable. But hey, let players have fun. I saw a movie of someone who made a player account with the name of a certain race of people. And he recorded a movie which was about, I think, it was maybe 15 or 30 minutes long. And he and a friend, they were having a blast just playing as this like racial stereotype in the game. And they were having great fun. I even commented on this video, hey guys, sounds like great fun. And I do understand that some players and people might take offense at those kind of names. But come on, it's a game and it's just, it's words. And it's, of course, if it's like really offensive or if it's like, yeah, if people really have a beef with it, I'm like, okay, we can take action. But other than that, I'm like, come on, guys, this is the world. In the real world, bad things happen as well. That's not a reason to say it must happen in this game. And I will try to moderate as well as I can. But it's entirely impossible to moderate the entirety of the game world, and what someone might think is offensive might be fun to someone else. So yeah, if you have a team of moderators and we have need of those, we can add one and one together and we can get your moderators to do moderation in the game where it's needed. But right now we're good. I think it's like this entirely cool attitude of I'm not going to bother about what's in the game unless someone reports it as a problem. For instance, because their kid got harassed or someone gets bullied on. I think, okay, then I can take action. But until then, I'm like, come on and just have fun. Even how improper it might even seem. If you're having fun with this game, it's good. It's something that I realized the other day. In a way, I've made a computer game in a different way. I've touched the lives of about 220,000. If you go by the real numbers on the website, it's 248,000. I've touched the life of 248,000 people on this planet, on this world. That's a huge number. And I can't oversee all of the interactions that all of those players have with each other. But it's an amazing fact that I've been able to offer those people this kind of experience. And in a way, it feels like a once-in-a-lifetime experiment, this entire game and this entire community thing. I see you later, Obi. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for the idea for doing this Q&A. I hope you liked it. I hope it was to your liking, the format, and that it lived up to your expectations. Hope to see you around next week. I will stop streaming quite soon because it's already been 3 hours. Alright, so glad we could have the Q&A, Frank. Sexy epic. Alright, you're welcome. So anyway, so moderating the entirety of this entire world, it's impossible to do. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, of course there are words where you can say like, hey, that's not nice to say. Oh, Alex, you must rest. See you later then. Of course there are words that are not nice to say to someone else. And there are words that are like... yeah, but if you're having fun and if other players are having fun, well, go ahead and do so. Don't be too don't be too serious or anything. It's a game, come on. So anyway, that's I think the entirety of the Q&A, or I think you're the only one left, the only one who made it this far. For everyone else who's still watching, please give a thumbs up for this monumental effort that I just put in. How about 2 streams a week when 3.0 drops and a lot of players join? No. How about 2 streams a day each day when 3.0 drops? Come on, I'm not going to let that period go to waste. I will try to stream daily again, and for longer and better than ever, because we need to get this jam hyped up, man. And we'll do a PvP at times, and we'll do building, and we'll do exploration. So Hum says here till the end. Great, you're a real friend. No, seriously, I will be streaming a lot when 3.0 launches. I wouldn't want to miss a thing. Remember when the Steam Early Access version launched, and I was here at like 1 o'clock in the evening, calling up some homies in Rotterdam, spinning up a new server live all the way while launching the Early Access version. Spaces Green was with me. Space, still thanks for that. But we managed to get a new server up and running in 1.5 hours or so, and everyone was playing. And the next day we had like hundreds or even thousands of players walking behind me, and I was like, oh yeah, this is my jam. So 0% Obi, great. Anyway, this was the stream for today. I am going to cut it short here because it's already been 3 hours and almost a quarter of an hour. So it was a gigantic effort. I hope you liked it. It was a special episode for all of you insiders, outsiders, long-timers and old-timers. Hope you enjoyed it. I will try to stream again next week. Not sure what day it will be. Maybe it might be Saturday, Sunday, Friday. I think I've got a little bit of credit to do what I please after this stream. So anyway, thanks a lot for joining me. Thanks a lot for all your questions and the involvement. I hope you also enjoyed the hunt at the start of the stream and the fact that we discovered some coins there and did some PvPing. Again, I am working as hard as I can on the 3.0 release. There's a few issues left. One of the biggest blockers right now is the new trailer and screenshots. I really need to invest some time in those. I really want to make them as awesome as possible because the game has really grown since the last trailers and screenshots. So I want to show off all of the new features in 3.0 and all of the existing changes that we already had. So it will be it will be amazing, and the music will be different as well. Maybe I will be able to show a preview to some of you in the future. Frizz says, "Hey, bye Firefly, have a good night." Thank you, Frizz. Hey, I haven't seen you comment on YouTube the entire evening, but thanks for dropping by. Give a thumbs up and subscribe if you like these videos. Next week, I promise we'll be doing the hunt again, so you can earn some coins and make some friends. But this was like a question and answer session. If you liked it, I hope to see you again next time. So in the meantime, the game is still free. I am working on out the pricing scheme right now, and it won't be free forever. Good night, Obi. And some other cool things, like of course the 3D version coming to Android, new render distances, view distances, new cinematic mode, new third-person view things. And Hum says, be on the lookout for an envelope. Already looking forward. Did you include a 1 this time? Because I want to frame it. Also the donation thing I will be working out as well, but it's I'm really getting tired right now talking. But I hope to be on the next one. Great White, you're still around, buddy. Thanks. It's been awesome. You're a new name for me on the YouTube and in the game, but thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I don't usually stream this long, and I don't usually do this question and answer thing, but I hope you got something out of it. And I hope to see you next time. Earn some coins in the meantime, and we'll play together next week. So this was it for today. Tell your friends and family about the game, your colleagues at work, and your school buddies. And we'll see each other again next week on Angeldust Live. I was Frank Firefly Lucas, your host for this kind of long streaming session today. And hope to see you again next week. See you later. Peace out.